So it's North America against Europe, region v region. The Europeans came in with a very lackluster team at the start, but they stacked the top near the end. They're playing top heavy, guys, whereas the North American roster is going for a more well-rounded approach. And, of course, Yaniv brings up a good point that the two players on opposing sides cannot agree to a draw that I feel is intentional. If I feel it's intentional, I'll just disqualify both players. I will disqualify both players. And it's North America against Europe, guys. Feel free to get that trash talk going. I know we have a lot of big supporters here. This is a highly anticipated match because Europe is looking for revenge against North America. They are looking for revenge. North America took the last matchup between these two. They took the last matchup, and now we get to see the rematch.
Here we go.
This is the beginning of Europe against North America. It is Francis Cabrel against Main 71. Here we go, and some immediate time odds given by the North American squad. Main 71 here with the 823 rating. 823 already coming out with a hot Fianchetto here with G6. We have to remember that this European squad is very, very top heavy, and then also a little low to start off. So we're looking for upsets here from the Italian Stallion, Main 71.
Punch above that belt.
Punch above that belt, indeed. Don't worry, guys. This is mainline theory. Mainline theory. Main is fast. Yes, he is. Some issues here, though, with the pieces. Okay, H3 play. These knights are going to be jumping around. F5. Ooh, and are we just going to see Francis Cabrel take that knight, just pushing around the Italian? Pushing him around. No mercy here. Oof. There is no mercy being shown. Rook not even being taken because he wants to keep that bishop, maybe deliver some sort of bishop check. I don't know if he's going to castle. Tell you something, give me that bishop. Well, Main is going to get a bishop, but he's going to be down a rook here. He's going to be down a rook. Francis Cabrel is, I mean, he's really not going easy. He is not going easy. Oh, and that's more material on the board here. Main 71. I mean, the pasta's great. Italian women, great. But it seems like the energy is there more than the chess is, guys. This looks rough. This looks rough. Rook takes h7. Threatening. Checkmate in one, and it's been delivered.
Oh.
It's been delivered. Main 71 goes down, but a valiant effort. And as MoSG says in the chat, this is just our warm-up. This is just our warm-up. The Europeans are finding the energy from Main 71, rallying behind him. Rallying behind him.
So Main's out now?
Main 71 is out. Francis Cabrel moves on to the next game. So we are going to play Eagles Charlton against Francis Cabrel. All right, guys, we're on to the next game, and we're looking from the European side this time. 100 bits from Brendan Hunt. Score doesn't lie. Score doesn't lie. It is 1-0 so far for North America. And where is Francis? The typical time odds to start off. The time odds to start off. We got the Eagles against the Cabrels. More time odds from North America. I mean, when you got the Europeans riding the struggle bus, I'm not really sure that we should be playing at even odds because we do want this match. It is going to be televised. There's going to be a lot of people watching. we do want to make sure that it's kind of exciting for the viewers still. Bishop d3 played from Eagles Charlton. And yes, bishop b2, c4. So he's really, wow. He is really pointing those bishops at the king side. Looking to scare the North Americans. He's got his UK musket rifle. And he's just pointing it straight at him. Rook b1. What's going to be the move here? b6? No, he says, I don't care. I'm going for e4. Ooh, e4. He fell right into it. I mean, that's the whole point of the move. I mean, rook c7's in the position. There's going to be a fork there, but it's a very temporary fork, and I mean, that can be protected. So, he wins material here as Eagles Charlton a little bit greedy. A little bit greedy. Queen g6, and at some point, you know, you have to wonder, does NA really need more than a 1200 to win this match? You know what I mean? I just have to wonder, are we really wasting our time recruiting some of the strong 2000 plus players? Or should we just sort of call the match right here? Because, yeah, you know, I mean, Europeans aren't putting up too much of a fight, you know? Harashiva, hello. Hello, hello. C Noble says, how do I unsub? He is disgusted with the play of his European countrymen. The queen is hanging, guys. What the hell is that? The queen is hanging. The North American fur trade agreement came with a few ladies as well. They didn't know that there were some ladies included there. The NAFTA agreements, guys, are going strong. Holy smokes. That is a free queen from the North Americans. But we've seen him give time odds. Now we've seen him give material odds. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning. This is something real, real soft. Not too worried here. If I'm supporting my North American squad, I see 2 pieces for the queen. I call that compensation. That's right, Salty Clown. That's the NA queen sack line. But the Europeans are starting to get rowdy here. Eagles Charlton is really starting to put some moves together. He's going to take that queen, and he's going to try to take it to the bank. Big threat, guys. Prevented rook e8 mate, but he didn't prevent rook e8. All right, he's going to trade that off. And then what is he going to do? Is he just going to run this pawn up the board? Oh my goodness. There he goes. He's sprinting. He is sprinting. That's a runaway pawn right there. That is a runaway pawn. The knight's going to try to cover it, but I don't think he can. I don't think it can cover it, guys. Queen e6 played. The boa constrictor. Oh, and North America is absolutely running out of moves here, guys.
Oh.
Running out of moves and has resigned. Has resigned. The time odds was good, but the material odds was too much. That was a little too much, guys. And down goes NA. We are level here early on as the Europeans strike back very, very early in this one. So that means Francis Cabral is out for North America. Eagles Charlton moves on to play Salty Clown. All right, guys. We got Salty Clown against Eagles Charlton. We are moving on here. Hey, Aurora, how are you? All right, underway. Bishop c4, knight f6. Eagles Charlton fresh off a win, but how's he going to handle the knight g5 line? He plays bishop c5. Is he prepared here? We have to see. Is he prepared or not, guys? This is a very tricky line. This is a very tricky line. We have to see who is better prepared. Bishop c5 played by Eagles Charlton. Has he got that theory? That's what we need to find out, C Noble. Bishop f7 followed by bishop back h6. We will see the knight jump in to f7. And what will he play now? Is he going to play knight takes e4? Buddy, it's not, it doesn't quite work. It doesn't quite work. There we go. Bishop takes f2. What do you guys expect from this game? Is this going to be a KO for the Europeans? Or is white toast? Or is black toast? Sorry. Is black going to win? Or king f1? And look at these guys dancing. Ooh, knight takes h8. What are you going to do next? Knight there is a huge threat. And this is not the Traxler that I remember. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I thought chess this bad just got banned in the EU, Dan. I thought they passed a bill banning this terrible chess from the European Union.
Got a legal player.
I didn't. Oh my goodness! I didn't realize you're still allowed to do this.
Hiding out from the law.
Oh my goodness, guys! Eagles Charlton. He was inspired from the North American Queen Stack last game, and he decided to give it right back. He decided to give it right on back. Knight g3 would have been checkmate if only I didn't have all of these other moves at my disposal.
The queen went for the Brexit.
I mean, if we see Eagles Charlton win this game, I think it's the single greatest comeback in history of EUNA. It would be. It absolutely would be. Yeah, bishop f4. Almost forced there because queen f7 check was leading to mate. But, I mean, yeah, you can just get in there. It's just cleanup time. We're up a queen and a rook here. We're up a queen and a rook. Like, at this point, we are up so much material that I could almost, like, set up a new chessboard on another table. I really could. Eagles Charlton is actually providing chess pieces for me to use to actually set up a whole other table.
We could actually play.
I could just play a whole other game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, keep passing them over, Eagles Charlton. We'll get the board set up there, buddy. A5, knight takes. I mean, Salty Clown understands. He doesn't have to play perfect chess here. He's up so much material. Never resign. That's right. Never resign. Definitely not. He's going to go get a queen. I mean, black's going to dream of a stalemate here. But rook takes a5, I would say, is probably a pretty good move. Now it's not going to be a stalemate. With the rook cutting the king off, maybe we were concerned, but now it should be fine. Never resign, though. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with never resign, especially in EUNA. Okay, so we have the king here, and he's found a log cabin in the woods. He's found a log cabin. He appears to be setting up camp. Someone has to remind Eagles Charlton that this isn't the UK. He's in the wrong place. I don't know if he realizes, but this isn't the UK. It might look the same, you know, just a bunch of shrubbery, you know, nobody around, nothing to do. It might look familiar, but we have to remind him this is not home. That's not home right there. All right, take that. You got to be careful here. Check, king there. Black is not resigning, guys. Black is not resigning. And this is going down to the wire. Moving Dutchman says stalemate coming. Queen c4 played. What moves are these? b4 played. Giving up the rook. And will we see b5? Is he getting another queen, folks? One was not good enough.
He's got to rub the salt in the wound.
Oh, he is promoting here, and he's got to be real careful. Oh, and he's gonna promote with a check. So even if he has it on pre-move, He is promoting with check. He's promoting to a bishop. He's promoting to a bishop, boys.
What?
The North American hockey sticks are coming out. He's promoting to a bishop. He is saying, you disrespect me, I will promote to bishops, and we'll see just who has the last laugh. We will see who has the last laugh. Will it be NA, or will we see some shenanigans, some stalemate shenanigans here? You got to be so careful with those bishops. Queen H2, King F1. So many ways to finish this game off. Will he find one of them?
Yes.
Will he find one of them?
Waterboarding him, says Hanson.
He's finding information. I think he's getting info from him. He's waterboarding Eagles Charlton. He's trying to get some info out of him because he heard that the next guy coming for him was Frazzlety Dazzlety, also from the UK. So he's trying to get info from him.
You've got to know him.
Excuse me, but
Tell me about him.
I don't know anything, I swear. I don't know anything. I don't know. I don't know anything. He's trying to get more info.
Yeah.
Very, very nice technique from Salty Clown. He's trying to find out more about these heckin' Europeans. Guys, what can we say about that game except that Salty Clown did take out Eagles Charlton. Finally, he was taken out, and so we do move on to Salty Clown against Frazzlety Dazzlety, representing Europe. And we are off. As I said, the countryman here, from the UK as well, Frazzlety Dazzlety. The pressure is on as he looks to bring back the name of the UK. To reinstate UK as a top contender here. How do you guys feel? North American supporters in the chat, how do you feel about your gladiator, Salty Clown? How do you feel about the way he treated his opponent there in that last game? Is that what we can expect going forward in this match, guys? Can we expect no mercy? Can we expect absolute hostility towards the Europeans?
Salty for PM, yes.
Takes, bishop e7, and Frazzlety Dazzlety is off to a good position. Looks like a good position here. Salty Clown, yeah, Frazzlety Dazzlety, knight in e5. We might see some moves like this. We got the bishop trained at the king. We got pawn breaks here. This is looking like a good position here for... Whoa! Bishop g6! Frazzlety Dazzlety is in show-off mode. What the hell is this? Bishop g6 from Frazzlety Dazzlety. He's putting on for his city. Bishop g6, guys. Oh my goodness. Wow. Bishop g6. It's one of those moves that doesn't do anything, but it looks all right. Now what? Knight d7. Now what? I mean, all flash, no cash. That's right. He's all flash, no cash. He's all bark, no spark. What can we say, guys? What can we say? I mean, this is just typical stuff. This is why Brexit existed in the first place. They gotta get this stuff out of the EU. I mean, he's showing off here for nothing. Nothing's happening. Bishop f7, he's going insane. He's going insane, guys. Queen f5, holy smokes. Frazzlety Dazzlety is now down a full piece. And I believe that team captain Yaniv KZ in chat for the Europeans is going to have very, very choice words for Frazzlety Dazzlety here. Very choice words. All frazzle, no dazzle. Nerf cha-cha. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. All frazzle, no dazzle. That's what we're looking at here. All frazzle, no dazzle, boys. UK, more like you okay. Somebody find out. Because holy cow, we're down a piece here. And I don't see a shred of compensation, guys. I don't see a shred of compensation. Bishop c5. I mean, at this point, Frazzlety Dazzlety has got to be playing some of these moves. e4, c4. You got to open up your pieces, create some pressure. It's the only way. It's the only way. I mean, we have to get something here. Disco Inferno, I know it's brutal, but the Europeans are still in this match. We saw what happens to Europeans that don't resign. Salty Clown is going to be interrogating Frazzlety Dazzlety, and you think he's not going to find out the info that he's looking for? Poor Yaniv KZ, team captain for the Europeans, is up next on the roster. Yaniv, you better be careful that Frazzlety Dazzlety isn't selling secrets, because he's about to be waterboarded by Salty Clown here. And the European trade secrets may be out. Better be very, very careful, buddy. Very, very careful. Bishop is covering these squares, but we have to say Frazzlety Dazzlety doing a great job here, guys. He's winning all these pawns. I'd say it's still good for black because of the control of the light squares, but Frazzlety's doing a great job. I think we have to say, guys. He's taking the pawns. That's what you got to do. Be difficult. Be difficult. Take those pawns. Now you got a rook here. What the hell is that guy doing? That's someone from North America putting his hand in the cookie jar, and he just can't get that NA hand out of the jar. Just can't get it out. The big old NA hand. It's just not getting out of there. C6. And very, very tricky stuff here. 25 seconds for North America. 37 here. He takes it. He had to do it. Will we see Bishop G4? 19 seconds. He's bringing the Bishop to D5. This is a great move. Bishop D5 will check. You can take that pawn. 17 seconds for North America. 30 seconds for Europeans. What will we see here? Is he all frazzle, no dazzle? Is that how he will be remembered? Rook takes H2 as possible. And there's checkmate on the board. There's checkmate on the board. Will he play it? Oh my goodness, he doesn't play checkmate in one.
No.
The North Americans are choking. He plays a good move, but he could have ended the game right there. It was on the board. Now he plays it, but it's not even mate. Take the rook. Take the rook. Push those pawns, baby. Push him, baby. Oh my goodness. Do something. Bishop C5, he's covering the pawns, but he's blundering to F4, check. F3 played, now F4. Every single move is so bad. Takes King F4. Black is winning with 5 seconds left. Push those pawns. Yes, he's going to get a queen now, but it comes down to the time scramble. Who has the wheels here? Very quick moves. Will he take that pawn? He does take the pawn. So I believe he will get a draw at the very least. No, he doesn't have it in him. Frazzlety saves it at the very end. He scared the hearts of everybody out there. That is a rematch, guys. That is a rematch. Click rematch. Because we need to decide this. Salty Clown and Frazzlety Dazzlety. Click that rematch button. Black did take that final pawn off the board. So it is going to be a rematch, guys. It is going to be a rematch. All right. Here it is. The rematch, guys. Everybody relax. We're strapped up for another one here. Welcome, everyone, to North America against Europe. I mean, in all of Twitch, this is the absolute biggest rivalry. Subs versus plebs, weebs versus chads. This is the biggest rivalry that we have. Europe against North America. And over here on the chessbrah channel, we like to settle things, disputes in the chat, rivalries like this. We like to settle them over the board. And that's what we're doing right here. We got a fun knockout tournament going on right now between chat members representing NAEU, and we just witnessed an absurd game back and forth that ended up tied, so we need a rematch. We need a rematch. And then we're looking at that right now. We got Salty Clown from Canada repping for NA. And we got Frazzlety Dazzlety, who has been showing his frazzle and his dazzle in his moves today. He just gave up a pawn, but I have to say I like it. This looks good for black. Will he choke and get real scared of this pawn storm over here? What do we think, guys? Do you guys like black's position here? In my opinion, this is very, very good. This is very, very good. My name is Grandmaster Aman Hambleton, but I'm not playing in this matchup because we have stronger players available, like Salty Clown representing Canada. I am only your commentator. Retired. I used to play in these EUNAs. I led my team to many, many victories, but now I'm a retired war vet. And we have guys like Salty Clown carrying the torch. And I think that the future of North America is mumble rap. I mean, is bright. Is good. It's bright. Exciting. We're excited. E5 here? Maybe E5? So G5 played. Knight takes H5. I think you all know what's going to happen. Rook takes H5, baby. Rook takes H5. Yeah, that's right. Frazzlety knows it, too. He knows. Oh, baby. We're just waiting for Knight takes H5. North Americans in the chat, you guys already know. Corey818, thanks for the 39 months. That's a huge resub for North America right there, Corey. And you're about to help Salty Clown take out the EU trash. You're about to help him, your compatriot. Pawn takes on E4. This is big trouble for Frazzlety Dazzlety. Takes here. I mean, pieces are flying off the board. We got Corey resubbing. Takes, Queen H6. Lots of threats. Already up a piece here. Already up a piece here, guys. H6 played. He's hitting him with the Euro step. Rook takes D3. And remember, guys, if that queen gets anywhere here, queen to G7 is going to be mate. It's going to be checkmate on the board. It looks tough here, guys. It looks very, very tough for the European squad. Queen E7 is a good move, though. Stopping Queen F6. Rook E3 is also nice, though. He wants that move. Queen to F6, guys. We want Queen F6 as the North Americans, but the European squad is very, very tricky. Resourceful. Rook E3, and what's Frazzlety going to do? What's he going to do here? He's running out of moves. He's got to control that square, but it's very, very tough. Very tough here. Doesn't have this move available. Queen D8. I mean, there's a lot of moves to consider there that look very, very good for Salty Clown. Queen takes E3 played by Frazzlety Dazzlety out of desperation. And Rook E6 just to cover the F6 square. Oh, man. This does not look good for the European squad here. Will we see the knights finally enter the position? We do. Knight G5 played. Knight G5 played, and oh my goodness. This does not look good, guys. If you're an EU fan, it might be the end of your playoff dreams here. If you're a Frazzlety Dazzlety supporter. There's material hanging, but Queen D4. Ooh! And he's just going to go right in his house there. Ooh, Frazzlety Dazzlety. He can hippity hoppity, but he can't get that queen off his property. Queen into G7. Ooh! Hit him with the Euro step. You guys see that? The NA Euro step. The Europeans getting beat by the Euro step. Queen D4, Queen G7. Yoink. Oof. That is not looking good for the Europeans here, guys. Salty Clown is on a roll here. He is on a roll here. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, Weeble123. All right, guys. You know what that means, though. Salty Clown stays in, and he's going up against Yaniv K740. All right, Yaniv is the team captain for the Europeans, guys. He is team captain for the Euros, and Salty Clown is here taking him on. Can he take out 3 Europeans in a row? We will see, guys. He is on a roll. Salty Clown. North American supporters are going crazy. We got to say GG's to Frazzlety Dazzlety. What a save in that first game. I think the Europeans appreciated that effort, buddy. Look at the disrespect. He's playing the French defense to beat the Europeans. Woo! Guys, I mean, he's trying to beat him with their own defense there. This is trying to beat them with their own moves. This is rough. This is rough. Pillbox Gaming says that Salty Clown is trash talking with the pieces. That's right. He's letting his pieces do the talking. I think we can all appreciate the NA. You know, USA is included in NA. Very common tactic for your piece to do the talking to settle any dispute in America. So, I mean, I think he's just taking a page out of that book. You know, the NA playbook, guys. It's just, you know, goes on and on. You know what I mean? There's many pages to draw from here. Pawn takes on d4, and we're already going to see some issues. We're already going to see some issues here as Yaniv, queen on c2 was misplaced. Look at that knight on h6 too. Wow. That is a suspicious knight, I have to say. Salty Clown, he's playing only on one side of the board, but guys, Yaniv KZ, he's developing his pieces. He's down a pawn, but that looks too much. That looks like too much, guys. Queen takes there is too much from Salty Clown. What do you think? What do you think, guys? That looks a little greedy from the North American glutton. I can't support a move like that. I'm calling greed on that one. Is he going to be punished for it, though? Will he be punished? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Queen a3 and Yaniv. He's got Europe on his back. Knight b5. Oh my goodness. He had Europe on his back, and I think he was getting a little heavy, so he threw the queen overboard. Yaniv, that's not what we mean by women and children first, buddy. That's not how it goes. That's not what that's for. No, man. That is an absolute disaster. And Yaniv has tossed his lady overboard. He thinks the ship is going to keep going without the most powerful woman on board helping him out. I mean, we're going to see, guys, but I'm doubtful. I have my reservations. This is totally over. Salty Clown is just putting the work in. He is putting the work in. Yaniv is losing piece after piece. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. The poor queen there. I mean, in that position, I think Yaniv had some very good options. But Salty Clown. By the way, question for the North Americans. Do you think we should even... Maybe I should just release the rest of the roster? Just sign Salty Clown to a $10 million extension deal? Just release the rest of the roster, save some cap space? What do you guys think? Let me know. Be happy to arrange that. We don't want to waste cap space. You know, may as well save some money here. I mean, Just trying to think of the future for the roster for the team here. Knight d4. You gotta respect Yana for staying in there, but this is not the way to do it. This looks wrong. Knight's hanging as well. Everything is hanging, and Salty Clown is going into the villages in Europe, the small Slovenian shacks. He's going into Beersheba, Israel, and he's taking absolutely everything. He's pillaging the whole village. He's taking everything. He's leaving nothing behind. No stone unturned. Brutal. Brutal, guys. He's still fighting. He's not giving up. Salty Clown has been known... Uh-oh. Guys, we've seen some interrogations before. I'm not optimistic here. I have a feeling that Yaniv might get some of the most brutal interrogating that we've ever seen. Oh, the poor guy. He's not going to tell, is he? He's not. He's the team captain for Europe. He's not going to reveal any info. We may be here for a while, folks. He is stubborn. He is not revealing info. And I think Salty Clown understood that he wasn't going to tell. No, he's a tough customer, Yaniv. He's not giving away any info, so he put him out of his misery. Put him out of his misery early. Yaniv wasn't giving any secrets away. Salty Clown, again, absolutely destroying the Europeans right now. The White TW, thanks for the half year. NA about to complete the trifecta of World War victories. Well, stay tuned, buddy. It's off to a good start. And Salty Clown right now is destroying. Next up is Poke Your Pickle. Good luck. Remember, guys, if your game is coming up, make sure you're logged into live chess. So basically, if you're on the European squad, make sure you're in live chess. That's what I'm trying to say. Salty Clown here. Ooh, we see a gambit opening. We see a gambit here. Thank you for the bits. Brendan Hunt with 100. We also had Snow Crash, 100 for Salty Clown. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the energy. And, I mean, Salty Clown is deserving of the energy. Look at him go, guys. Look at him go. B Maximus, thanks for the 5 months. Aman, where do I help my fellow European guys? Well, at the moment, B Maximus, I think that most of the European roster, especially near the bottom, is actually getting help already. I think they're all in therapy for what Salty Clown has done to them. So the best help for them would be maybe a box of chocolates and some good vibrations for the bras. Maybe some good vibrations. Moves like this are always tempting, guys. You know, this looks like a great position for White, but he is down 2 pawns here. He's got to be real careful. He's got to be real careful. EU versus NA, guys. Rook to C1 played. Kind of flip-flopping about where he wants to put that rook. H4. Salty Clown. He doesn't care. He's throwing the kitchen sink at Poke Your Pickle. What do you guys think about this position? Is the European pawn capturing squad going to check in? Is that going to be enough to win? Are you just going to take a bunch of pawns and that's how you defeat Salty Clown? Or is White about to deliver the checkmate of the century? What do you think? I sense this as well. Yeah. Get those bishops back. That's what we call the Canadian slingshot technique. Bring it back and let it go. Bring it back and let it go. That's right. Salty Clown's getting ready. He's getting ready, guys. Yeah. He's preparing something real nasty here. Poke Your Pickle. You got to know what's coming. You got to know what's coming, buddy. Queen H5. He is putting all defenses on H7. Everything. Salty Clown is taking that bishop and rewinding it back in the hopes that Lil Jon might have the queen to make that booty go clap. We will see. Oh, and shut down by Poke Your Pickle. Guys, e5 looks like a great move by the Europeans here. A great move, I have to say. Shutting everything down. Shutting the club down, honestly. e5 is that type of move where they hit the switch and the spotlights come on. And then everybody is suddenly a 2 out of 10. That's what just happened. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, Jesus. What the hell are these? All of a sudden, you got some sort of bachelorette party that, you know, shouldn't be turning any older than they are. Not looking good over here on the queen side, I'll tell you that. Yikes. Queen g4, and everything's shut down. Everything is shut down here. The internet connection, though, for Europe and for North America, look at a little shady here. Bishop a3, okay. Going after a pawn, but I have to say, this looks like too little too late. We're now on to plan B for Salty Clown. And let me tell you, when you're in the club and those lights come on, and then the next thing you have to do is plan B, I can't say that was a good night. I can't say that was a good night, guys. Poor Salty Clown here. He's got, oh man, he's got to resort to everything. Bishop e6, and he's in trouble here, guys. This might be NA going down here. This might be NA going down. That bishop is pinned. It's lost. Knight takes e5. A last-ditch effort, but I don't think it's enough here. Knight takes e5. Yep, great move. Still in the pin. Rook takes c8 played. Looking for rook takes c8. A blunder, which would allow bishop takes e5. Does he have it in him? No, he takes that queen. He takes that queen. Yep. Okay, so he's going to take back. And then what's the material? It's one queen for one rook. Poke Your Pickle's ahead, but he's got 27 seconds, guys. It comes down to this. 27 seconds. This move doesn't threaten anything, but does develop the bishop. Queen takes g3, not a threat. It's defended by the bishop here. 34 seconds. But look at that connection. Poor connection. High lag. Poor connection. He might not have it in him, guys. Poor connection. Will it be too much? e5 and some blunders coming in. The knight is hanging here. The knight on g3 is hanging. Oh my goodness, he's trying to mate himself. He's trying to mate himself, but it's not working. The North Americans are trying to commit Sudoku here. Bishop f3. Knight d3. I mean, just make any move. 14 seconds. Look at that EU connection. There's no way it works. There's no way, guys. There's no way. Oh my goodness. Can Poke Your Pickle pull this one off with that connection? We're going to see a time scramble. Bishop d4. Oh, queen takes. He's got it. He's got it. Poke Your Pickle takes him out. And Salty Clown has finally been stopped in his tracks. The newspapers are being printed right now in the European Union. Salty Clown goes down, it reads. The clown attacks are no more. The Europeans have finally dealt with him. But oh man, did it take an army. It took an army to get rid of Salty Clown, the European terror. But it was done. But I think we can say, for the North Americans in the chat, you got to give it up for Salty Clown, putting in a shift there, doing his part for the team. And for Europe, you got to be happy to have Poke Your Pickle there to bail you out, taking out Salty Clown before he just ran over the whole roster. Next up, we got Poke Your Pickle staying in against Miko is fantastic. All right, we're on to the next one, guys. We don't stop for anyone here. This is a non-stop blood sport. We have Poke Your Pickle, Ireland, against Miko is fantastic, representing the US of A. The US of A. Knight F3, and already I can say this looks like a nice position for white. It does look good. Maybe D5 gaining that space. E5 is also an idea, opening up this diagonal to the king side when black's going to castle. Bishop D3 is also an idea. That's about all I'll say about Bishop D3. It's an idea. I think pushing the pawns in the center might have been slightly better. We'll see if Miko is, you know, European enough. Like whether he has sort of maybe like a European mom, he might take this knight. But I don't think so. Yeah, he's not going to take it. Ray Clay, thanks, buddy. You too. Let's hear it for the chat. You guys got tons of energy too. Knight B3, Bishop A7. Yeah, tuck that bishop away. Miko knows how to take care of the kids. Tuck him into bed there. And he will crawl out of the crib later. You just wait. You just wait. Why is he not taking that knight? There was Bishop B5 check winning the whole queen. Miko is not falling for that one. E5, guys, poke your pickle. He is setting something up here. He is setting something up. I don't know if it works right away, but he is coming with intentions here. Uh-oh. Miko is fantastic. It is not looking good here, guys. Queen E4 played, and we're going to see the attack thrown right back at the North Americans here. The European attack is coming strong. Probably bishop there. Get the rooks into the game. Yikes, guys. This is a tremendous position for the Europeans here. You think this is going to hurt the Harrison? What do you guys think? What are the odds on NA surviving here? Because Poke Your Pickle is doing just that. This does not look fun to play for Miko. My goodness, guys. Getting a knight in here looks bad. This looks good. Maybe a rover. Lift that rook up and over. Oh my god. This does not look correct. This looks like a European clinic. And they don't give those for free. Not like in Canada. I think that some of the North Americans like Mighty Pleb and Brandon, Mr. Brandon Eshelman, might take the position maybe without like half of these pieces. All you need is like the queen and the bishop, eh? We got some representatives in the chat. Where am I living in Canada? The furthest place away from Miko is fantastic. I don't want to get infected by some of the chess I'm seeing. So I've, hopped in a jalopy with the family, and we've decided to move to the Yukon. So we're headed up north. All right, he's settled for a pawn. And knight takes e5. I can look at this for 1 second and say that something's wrong with that move. Something's got to be wrong, but I don't see it. It looks so strange. Bishop there. Okay, so knight f3, does it work? Not quite. You got to watch out for this. And there's queen takes, guarding. Queen b6. Threatening queen takes f2. I don't know about how much that works, but it looks like a really tricky try. This looks tricky, guys. It does. Queen b6 is a very decent try. Look at that time tick down for Poke Your Pickle. 36 seconds. Rook takes e5 he plays. I don't know if that's the right move. It does work out for him, but, queen takes f4. There's rook takes e8. Got to move that bishop and connect the rooks there or play rook takes. But I think probably moving the bishop is the best. Where is the question? Bishop e3 would have been a good move. A lot of good moves, guys. Rook takes, queen check, king up, bishop takes is something I think you want to avoid. He's decided on bishop e6. Time is even, guys. Time is almost even. Queen e4. My goodness. This is going to be a close one, guys. We're going down to the wire. Bishop g3 played, 28 seconds. And Poke Your Pickle, if we remember, he was playing very, very quickly. Miko is fantastic, has to play a lot quicker than this if he wants a chance here. But the pieces are very nice for black. Poke Your Pickle may overthink this. This is not that easy to play. Rook e1 played. Is he going to keep taking pawns? He is. He's even guarding his bishop in some lines. The knight can't go to d4. Knight c5, probably take that. 11 seconds for Poke Your Pickle. Does he have it in him? The dark squares are so weak, but the rook's under attack. And if he keeps making threats, he's taking too long to... That's a free rook. Queen a5. What the hell is that? What am I looking at here? Rook d2. Just make a move. Oh my goodness. He's going to set up something here. He's going to set up a mate. Poke Your Pickle is looking to put him away here. Oh, and he's going to set it up. Queen f6, queen h6. Does he have enough time? No, he goes down on time. That's the Europeans choking so hard. And Miko is fantastic, brings it home for North America. The EU internet is absolutely terrible. Queen a5 is what we call the North American special. North American special right there. Queen to a5. And we're going upstairs for an official video review of Queen a5. Yes, and that's, yes, the queen was onside. Yes, the queen was onside. It was a fair play. But oh my goodness, the conversion was lacking. The conversion was really lacking. Poke Your Pickle. He just couldn't pull through. He couldn't pull through. Guys, we are moving on to the next match. But Poke Your Pickle is out. And Miko is fantastic. Takes on Martin Bow. All right. We're up here. This is North America against Europe. If you're just joining us, welcome. 100 bits from the Endgame Magician. Thank you very much for the support. Guys, we are having a lot of fun, but specifically, NA's having fun for now. They are ahead of the Europeans in this Battle Royale format. Knockout, if you lose, you're out. We got two teams here, but the Europeans are stacked at the top. They are waiting for... you know, they're saboteurs, you know what I mean? They got the guys sabotaging the NA roster, just the sort of like the infantry. The European infantry, they're just throwing them there, see if they can take any of the NA guys out. But then they've got the serious elite warriors waiting at the top. So they're just waiting for their turn. They are waiting for their turn. Miko is fantastic. Let's see if he has a better game here. That last one was a little suspicious, but it seems like Martin Bow here is a little slow, I have to say. A little slow. E5 played by Martin Bow here. Bishop h4, knight d7. A very principled game so far by the Europeans. A very principled game so far. Bishop d3, I have to say it's a little suspicious, you know, just walking into this move, even if it can be taken. It's not what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? It's not what you're supposed to do. g5, he's going to try to punish it immediately with g5, but if I'm playing white here, what move am I doing? If I'm from NA, I'm used to sacking my queen. Sacking a knight is like winning material. Only have to give up a knight? Did someone say winning position? Let's go. This is the North American attack now. This looks pretty scary for Nimzo Bow. King g7, that looks correct. You got to get your pieces over, but I mean, we're going to see some moves here. Maybe f4, maybe castle, trying to get that rook up. Rook h3, rook g3. h4 played. Miko is fantastic, and he's trying to say his position is as well. And Martin Bow, I mean, look at this time. More like Martin Slow. The guy just can't get his feet working here. Queen c7. I think after queen f3, queen f5, the h-pawn going up the board. We're gonna see. Oh, yes, e4. A move like e4 when you've got a bishop on d3. This is like putting a cone around your dog. All of a sudden, this guy just can't see. He can only look in one direction now. Poor guy. This is not what the fans came to see. This is not what they came to see. The North American fans are not happy with the closed center here. And it is looking up for Martin Bowe. But how does he get out of this? He's got to move that knight. He's got to move the knight. b6. Guys, I think when you think of someone who has no fear, you think of Martin Bowe. His entire, if this was his house, we got guys breaking down the front door and beating up the man of the house, and we got the kids playing Tetris and Twister over here on the queen side in the bedroom. I mean, no idea what's going on in the house. No idea at all. King f8. We're going to see g5. What's happening here for Miko is fantastic. The time is going to be an issue here, I think, for Martin Bowe. Mattis, you think, huh? What do you think, guys? Is Martin Bowe simply going to go down here? Because I'm not seeing a way out with a guy who's playing this slowly. It's too slow. Miko is going to win this one on time, if nothing else. King d2. He's playing with the king now. He's going to bring the rook over. He's going to bring the pieces in. No, there's nothing to do here, guys. Will we see this move? That might be lights out. That might be lights out. It looks like it's going to be Earth Day for Martin Bowe here, as the lights go out on this position. Oof. h6, and we got to push him, baby. Push him, baby. All right. He's won that piece back, but 10 seconds left. I don't think anything's happening. 10 seconds left. I think even the Europeans are throwing in the towel. At this point, I think even the French are like, is it time? Shall we? Guys, too slow. Martin Bowe. No. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
Let's go. Guys, we're moving on because Martin Bowe just didn't have. He wasn't within 50 seconds. He wasn't within 50 seconds of his opponent. And while the game may have been close, the time wasn't. The time wasn't. So we're moving on, guys. We have Miko is fantastic, who is starting to take out people one by one. He's going to be playing against Flage. Let's get that game up. Good luck. NA against EU, guys. We're moving up. Heck no. We don't want Martin Bowe. The Endgame Magician, 100 bits. Thank you, buddy. All right. This is going to be a tough match. Finally, Miko is the rating underdog. Finally, he's the rating underdog. Very typical is to take and follow up with bishop to b4 check and maybe take that bishop there. Castle. Otherwise, bishop e7 is also super reasonable. b6, bishop b7, something like that. He goes for d5. So he's going to have to reroute the knight here. Knight a5 could be played, but c4 and castle, I think white has already got a slightly better position. Boris Joe says, NA happy they are deleting low-rated players. I like that phrasing, deleting. You said defeating, but I'm going to read it as deleting, because that's what we're doing. We're just deleting players. Like, after you lose in this match, you just don't get to play again. Like, you're just deleted. You're not on chess.com anymore. The way that the Europeans have been playing, the accounts should just be deleted. C4. Okay, so after takes, knight f6, queen d6, bishop d7, black's position is actually very, very solid. He starts to play on the dark squares. Although white has a protected pass pawn, which is very good, black's position is very solid after this, guys. It really is. North America against Europe, the age-old battle. So as white, you probably want to maybe try to do that. Although, yeah, queen d6. He's covering that square. I thought maybe knight e5 followed by f4. That might have been a good sequence for white. But as it stands, this is going to be a little annoying. H3 is a good move in the sense that it's nice to stop bishop g4. But long term, the only question is, are the dark squares good or not? Are the dark squares worth it? Knight e5, f4 is an idea. Bishop a4, kind of annoying. Okay, so this move stops bishop a4, but now knight e5 is not possible. As black, I might consider just like, you know, trading everything. g6 is an idea, but Miko is playing so slow. He is playing really slow here, guys. I think that Martin Bowe uploaded a European virus to Miko. I think that's what happened. Oh my goodness, the dirty Europeans are at it again. Martin Bowe uploaded a virus, and it's infecting Miko here. He's playing the slowest that I've ever seen. He's playing like a European. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. This is bad. You guys really did well. You guys should probably thank Martin Bowe in the chat. He was able to successfully upload the virus. Yes, the famine. It is spreading. Now, I think in situations like this, it would generally be the captain of North America goes over to Miko and says, hey, can I talk to you in my office? And then you might have to put the dog down. You know what I mean? You may have to put him down. Because you don't want him infecting the rest of your team. You don't want him infecting the rest of your team. You may have to just put him down. Take Miko into the back room and put him down. I think you have to. Queen takes b5. Take that pawn off the board. Yeah, we may have to put him down, guys. Miko's been infected. Guys, he's been infected by the Norwegian virus, and I think it's contagious. In the effort of preserving North American life, I think we may need to put him down here. We might need to put him down. This is not looking good. Maybe h6. No, queen a7 was guarding that square. There was no checkmate missed. King g7. Will we see any conversion here by Flage representing EU? Oh my goodness! The knight is hanging! The knight is hanging! Oh my goodness, he finally took it. Queen e5. He took the knight, an absolutely massive blunder by EU, and he trades into the endgame. Now, oh, that is not the right move. Don't play that move. Oh no, the endgames are being so poorly played. It's incredible. You gotta try to go back. Not a bad try, but I think we will see that you're going down here. Oh, he goes to h4. No, why? Oh my goodness, guys. This is not looking good. Queen h4. He's messing it up. Go back. No, not there. No. Oh, it's all gone, guys. I've never seen better technique than that. I've never seen better technique, really. Some real good stuff here. Outflank him.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, what the hell was that? I even had Miko, I had him in the back room. I was about to put him down. I didn't want him to infect the rest of my team. But I think it's clear that the Europeans actually spread the virus to themselves very clearly. That was probably the worst thing we've ever seen in EUNA history. And honestly, it's no surprise it came from the EU. I mean, it's really no surprise, guys. I mean, it's just par for the course with the Europeans, you know what I mean? Rook G8 played. But what can I say, guys? Some of the worst technique I think I've ever seen. Some of the worst technique I've ever seen. From both players, I have to say. Both players. But more mistakes were committed by Europe there. He hung a full piece, first of all. And then, after he hung a full piece, he stalemated. He stalemated. Oh my goodness, guys. Incredible. Incredible. I don't know how that is allowed to happen. Like, quite frankly, I'm not sure how he still has citizenship to the EU after that. If this was NA, we would ask him to apologize. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how he still has citizenship, quite frankly. Knight G4, and this queen is so close to being trapped. So close. Not quite, though. Queen can go back. King on E7. I mean, does he realize? Oh no, I understand. I think Black's position is flooding. Yeah. I think there's some water forming on the last rank, and so he's slowly moving everybody forward to the front of the ship. Now that makes some sense. I think there's some flooding going on in the EU. So he's saving everyone. That makes sense. All right, well, we'll probably see a move like Rook H7 just to get out of the water. That makes sense here. Bishop G2. Oh, wrong rook. He's sacrificing the rook on H8 here. Probably going to drown. H3 played. Knight E5 going to happen next. All right. Yeah, and he's probably going to play rook D8, rook D6 here in order to get out of the water, guard that pawn. Makes a lot of sense. White's going to play rook E1, I think, and just put some nice pressure on this pawn. I like White's position, but White's down on time, and nobody's down material. Black has a nice plan of bishop to D7, where it guards the two weak pawns. With the bishop, finally does something. White, on the other hand, king F2, bishop F1. Start to use the bishop on that diagonal, maybe C4. G4 played. That's actually a nice move as well. If F4, rook takes G5. I like this move. I liked it. Ooh, well, okay. I think he probably was pre-moving because of this move. So that's a little unfortunate there for Miko. That's a little unfortunate. I think an unfortunate pre-move there, but he's still in the game. King H2 next. Rook back to E5. But I think he was playing rook takes because he expected F4. Well, the thing is, his opponent just stalemated him up an entire queen. So I think it's fair to say that Miko is not expecting the best move from his opponent. And I can't really blame him for that. I really can't blame him for that. All right, rook there played, but we don't have a threat right now. So bishop finally goes to D7. There's an F5 threat if the rook ever moves away, but he's aware of that. Rook F5 played. Guys, it is 59 seconds apiece. 59 seconds apiece. Rook F2 played. Will we see a conversion here by Black? C5. That looks like a good move. Takes. King is getting active, but so are White's pieces as well. This is very tight position. Bishop F3. Maybe rook h4, rook h6. Seems like a good move. Takes. Doesn't look right, so keep the rooks on the board. Yes. Does he have it in him to go up the board? No. He's scared. He is scared. And that might cost him, guys. Rook d6, rook c5. These moves are coming into position very, very soon. A bishop is hanging on d7. And look at the time tick down for Europe. He's starting to panic here. And Miko is fantastic. May pull out another one. King c7. Maybe rook a6. Yes, hit the pawn. Oh, is he going to see his rooks hanging? Oh, and a dirty trick from EU. An absolutely dirty trick. He throws the pawn up the board. And the North American didn't see it coming. The European sweeper all across the board. And now it is lights out. And we will see Europe finally convert as long as he doesn't get a queen. I think if black gets a queen, it's maybe a forced stalemate. So as long as there's no queen on the board, I think Europe has got this one in the bag. But we'll see if he makes the fatal error of promoting one of these pawns. We'll see, guys. Okay, bishop there. Uh-oh. Better be careful. Oh no. Oh, he queened the pawn. It's going to be a stalemate, guys. This is unreal. King there. Queen there, probably. Oh, we almost have a stalemate. King here. Yes, go there. It's going to be a forced stalemate, guys. It's almost so close. It's so close. Oh. We almost had the forced stalemate on the board. I don't know how he found his way out of that. The heart rate, guys. The heart rate. I don't know how he managed to convert that. Some European witchcraft. He wasn't able to locate the stalemate there. Had to settle for the checkmate. He had to settle for the checkmate. All right. Finally, we can say that Miko is out. Miko is fantastic, was fantastic, but now he is finally taken out, and we move on to Hurricane 0788 taking on Flage from Germany. All right, guys. Here we go. Hurricane, you are up. We are taking a look from the European perspective here. NA is way more stacked. Bard to Challenger, it depends. Well, you guys can let me know what you think, but according to the rosters I see on the screen, we have a lot more middle of the pack for NA. So a lot of infantry, 17, 18, 19, 1900s. But at the very top, Europe has the almost the three highest rated players of the whole competition. Almost the three highest rated of the whole competition. But NA has heart disease. But at least we have heart. Six months for Zormontu. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the half a year. All right, back to this game, guys. We have Flage playing with the white pieces against Hurricane 0788. We're repping for NA. What do we think here? Rook C1, Rook C8. I mean, we have a typical isolated pawn position. And I probably... Well, actually, I don't think Flage is going to know what to do here. Because when a European sees something just kind of like separated like this, I think it gets a little confusing. He might have to vote on it or something. So should we take this and bring it to our side of the board as our prisoner? Or should we leave it out there on its own? Let's have a vote. We'll call it a Brexit vote. Knight d3, uncovering the attack. I don't know if they know how to handle some of the separatist movements that Hurricane here is presenting. Because in NA, we have the Québécois. And the Québécois have led the separatist movement for a while. And I'm not sure that the Europeans have quite as much experience there. The Québécois in Canada have been leading the separatist movement for a while. And you can see here, taking a page out of the Québécois handbook. Pawn on d5. Is it weak? Is it strong? We don't know. We don't know. We're about to find out. Black is trying to say that that's a strong pawn, supporting the pieces in the center. White's trying to say it's a weakness. White is trying to say it's a weakness. How is this fair? Europeans have 3 strong players versus 2 from the US. Yeah, but I mean, you have to remember that Europe's in a different time zone. So that 2300 rating is actually equivalent to a lot higher in NA. So once you convert the ratings, you'll probably find it's a pretty even match. Tufelhunden, thank you for the 3 months. That's right, Nate Raider. That's the day rating. You just wait. This match goes long enough, it goes into the night, we may see those ratings change. The before midnight rating. That's right. All right, Bishop B2. It's a very even match here. What can we say is that NA is, well, I'm pretty sure Hurricane might be okay connection. I thought that said UK connection, because that's what it looks like. What the hell is it? 2 bars? Jeez, man. This is not good. This is not good. 37 seconds, and I mean, we're just getting flagged. We are just getting flagged here, ruthlessly. I think that Black may actually be playing in a Hurricane. I think there's actually a good chance there. I wouldn't be surprised to find that out. Queen takes, king takes. We're going to lose a pawn here. But king up, at least we get active. I don't know. It's the best we can say. Try to run your king up the board. But at the rate that he's playing, is he going to get his king? That's the only try, in my opinion. But he's got 7 seconds ticking down. I mean, this is not even close. Clearly, we've been hacked. Clearly, we've been hacked. 3, 2. I mean, there's not going to be enough time for him to get a queen and stalemate. So I don't know what Hurricane thinks he's playing for here. It's unfortunate, but no. I mean, there's just no time to get that stalemate. Kaiser Soze, 318, 19 months. Thank you, man. Thank you for that big resub. Welcome back. In one of the most lopsided affairs, just because of the time, we see Hurricane going down, and that time, that connection is not going to work. That connection is not going to work. Gorfs, Europe. Europe against Europe. All right, here we go. And it's on, guys. It's on. When did we let the EU have internet? Well, when did we not have internet? When did we not have internet? That's what I want to know. How come NA doesn't have any internet? Gorfs is here trying to put on for NA. We got our friends from the front page watching, Yaniv. And I can say that a lot of them are probably changing their citizenship after watching this match. Like, we may see the population of, like, Australia just absolutely skyrocket. I don't want to have anything to do with these 2 regions. What the hell chess am I looking at? Exactly, the Aussies. They're gonna take everyone. Queen c7. This looks like a terrible position for Black, but it looks quote-unquote solid. I mean, some absolutely horrible dark squares. An idea of eventually getting Queen e4, Bishop d3. He does it. If you get this move and this move, yeah, he's setting up a nasty battery there. The nice thing is knight f8 is going to defend checkmate. But White's playing very well. The thing is, Black's playing quickly, and somehow it's solid in a way. it's like very, very winning for white, but you have to play some good moves. Like I would play this move, this move, this move. There's a few moves that I think you have to play as white in order for this to just be completely winning. Will he find them? That's the question. Yeah, no, I'm not impressed by white's play so far. Giving up that light square bishop is not going to help your cause. Not going to help your cause. C5 played. That seems a little too ambitious. Knight d6 hits the rook and uncovers the rook hitting the c-pawn. I don't like this move, but he's intending to play knight c5. Yeah, he wants to win the material. But I still think that if black plays bishop c6 after saving the queen, that it's still totally reasonable. Black's position looks very, very solid. Okay, so takes, just make sure we don't take with the rook. Bishop d4 seems a little unnecessarily fancy. Maybe it's okay. Okay, queen a6. It's just, if knight takes there, I thought maybe he would have messed. Ooh. Guys, rook there. Bishop check. Bishop check. I think black's hanging on, but it looks scary. Ooh, bishop check was not played. This is still a good move, though. Rook c6, bishop check. We got knight there. Somehow holding on. Remember, bishop check, you could also sack, but I don't think you need to. Knight there looks good enough. I don't think I'm missing anything. Because rook d8. I was going to say rook d8 we take, but we got some stuff here, guys. Ooh, that's a bad move. Rook c8, followed by rook c7 would have won the game on the spot. Yes. Okay, black is solid here. Bishop goes on d5, f6. Yeah, black is very solid. Does white have the technique to win this game, guys? What do you think? What do you think? Because black is so solid here, but white is winning. White is winning. Oh, don't play that move. Ooh. Yikers. Yikers. That's a big old yikes for me. Are you just going to push? I mean, the king can cover. Guys, this is going to be winning for white. Maybe king here. Okay, king there is all right. Bishop here. Oh, okay, he's moving the king up the board. Maybe put the bishop here. Try to cover that square. I don't know. It's winning here. It is winning for white, guys. He does play bishop there, but there's no threat. That pawn isn't moving. Okay, that pawn is just going to go up the board. Yeah, this is tough. It looks like Flage is going to pull out another huge point for Europe. G4, nice move. If you take, then H7. Thank you very much. Bishop here. Oh, he's got a queen. He really doesn't know how to mate with this thing. Queen takes. There you go. There you go. There you go, guys. He is finding his rhythm. He is finding his rhythm. The Europeans look to Flage as the hero so far. And Gorf is out. Next up, we got the Endgame Magician putting on for North America. There we go, guys. Remember, if your games are coming up, if you see your username coming up on the Europe or North America side, make sure that you have been logged into live chess. All right, I need you logged into live chess as we don't want to be waiting for your game to start. So Journey to NM, Sonny, Liam, Flage, Moving Dutchman, Aurora. Just make sure you guys are ready for those games that may come up soon. Everyone's been good so far, though. Everyone's been logged in. It's been great. Okay, guys. This is... Flage is going to be punching way above way above the rating here, we have to say. Been doing really well. What can the Endgame Magician do now? E5? I mean, guys, this is a slaughter. This is a slaughter. I'm pretty sure that this is how McDonald's hamburgers are made. You put guys like Flage in the slaughterhouse and boom, Big Mac patty, baby. Big Mac patty, baby. This doesn't look good. I mean, this is already a nasty position. The Endgame Magician looking good up a pawn, but Flage is going to get castled, and he's only going to be down a pawn. He's only going to be down a pawn is what it looks like. Bishop d4. If you castle here, ooh, oh my goodness, that does not look like the right move. Because even if you check, that bishop's protected. You shuffle the king over, your rook's hanging, you got pawns hanging everywhere. Oh, this move looks so wrong. It does. He takes with the pawn. Not a bad move, but I just can't help but think that bishop takes was so good. I mean, he wants to open up the rook here and get the queen out maybe with a big attack. And I understand that, but bishop e6 is going to fly out on the board. And all of a sudden, after bishop d6, guys, I think black has got a super reasonable position. This move, there might be some sacrifices here on f7. Maybe not with the rook because of check. And then if rook back, you just slide the king over. But I guess maybe f7 sacks don't necessarily work here. They don't quite work. Bishop c5, c3. It's just, I think bishop e6 needed to be played. That's right, Danny. EU is stacked on the top boards. NA's got a lot of people before then, though. A lot of people before then. Bishop e6 played. And white's up a pawn here, but we got to look at a few things, guys. You got to look at that time. You got to look at the time. I would play bishop here. Hitting that pawn. He decides to take, and although he's up a pawn, I'm worried about the time situation. Let's see what he can do here, guys. Let's see what he can do. Queen g4. If I was black, I'd already be thinking about queen takes on e5. Queen takes e5 was winning a pawn there, guarding that pawn, also threatening bishop takes. That would be probably a big move. Takes, queen d7, guarding the pawn, hitting this pawn here. Again, white's up a pawn, but it's all about the time. You got to play probably a move like h3, get an escape square for your king. This doesn't look good, though, for the Endgame Magician, because I think he's down almost a minute. That's worth a pawn. I think it's worth a pawn. What do you think, guys? Who has the advantage here? Rook f1, king f1, up a full pawn in the endgame. Oh my goodness, what a terrible move. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he just traded queens. He was so worried about stalemating, he decided to get the queens off the board. And the Endgame Magician, will he show some class here? Don't play pawn h5 yet. That's right, wait. a4, oh, he's showing the class, guys. He's showing the class. Will we see it? Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. He's the Endgame Magician for a goddamn reason. Oh my goodness. He's the Endgame Magician, guys. Eddie. He's putting him in a box here. Oh. Make him dance, baby. Make him dance. The Endgame Magician. Easy work. Eddie is pre-moving as well. I don't think we're going to see any issues here. That's just made on the board nice and easy. A true Endgame Magician right there. He lives up to his name. And quite honestly, what day is it today, by the way, Dan?
It is Saturday.
Saturday, that's right. We take out the trash on Saturday. That's right. In NA, we take out the trash on Saturday. So it's good to see Eddie up on his chores, doing them ahead of time. So that's good. Good to see from the Endgame Magician.
Responsible guy.
100 bits from the Endgame Magician. Says, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Tyler, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Tyler D099. All right, guys. We are going to the next game. The Endgame Magician finally takes out this hero from Europe. But Flage, I think he's going to get a European standing ovation in the chat because he definitely took out some heavy hitters for NA. So we got the Endgame Magician against Moving Dutchman up next. All right. Here we go. We have this game, Alien Wizard X Moto Linux. We got the mods in here. What's going on, guys? Bishop E2. I mean, knight takes C4. That's peasant stuff. That's peasant stuff. Do you think that a classy player like the Endgame Magician is going to fall for simple EU tactics? I mean, you know, the disrespect. What's up, the truth? That's good to hear, Brando. That's good to hear. That's the way to spend a Saturday, buddy. H4. Moving Dutchman is trying to push that pawn right up the board. Queen D2. He does not care about his knight development. He's saying bishop H6 or bust. Why is taking that pawn a bad idea? I was showing you with the arrows, but queen there would have been check, and then taking your knight there on E4. When the king was here. It was temporarily available. So what do we have? Very simple plan here. Bishop H6. He just wants to trade that bishop off, weaken the king. Knight A3. Yeah, Moving Dutchman has got a good position here. Endgame Magician is striking back in the center. I like the way he's bringing this knight into C4, but it's totally balanced here. That pawn is hanging, but I'm not too concerned about that, honestly. I think that's a very risky pawn to take if I'm white. Rook E8, knight F4 comes next. I think black's got good compensation here, guys, honestly. This is still very tense. 2 months. Thanks for, Odelika. Asadu. Thanks for the 2 months. Knight F4. Oof. Guys, knight F4 is hitting like a truck here. We've got some hanging stuff. We've also got the idea of like rook C8. I think the Endgame Magician has got to be happy with his position, but a pawn is a pawn. Those Europeans, man, they're taking everything. They are taking everything. B5 played. He just wants to open the whole position up. Maybe B4. He decides to take. That bishop's hanging. Let's not forget. That bishop might come back to E6, hitting the pawn. Because remember, it is under attack right now. You could take, but I think you generally want to keep that bishop. You want to keep that bishop, I think. The thing is, if you go back, you're running into moves like knight G5, maybe H5. This pawn can be taken because there's no B3 to trap it. But both sides are going to get some counterplay. One thing to remember, that bishop controls F8. So if I take here, and my queen ever gets to the H file, that's going to be checkmate because you can't run that way. You can't run that way. All right, this is going to be tense. Both players attacking. I don't think that he cares about this pawn, but knight A5 might make him regret that. D4 looks very wrong. Opening up the rook here. Oh my goodness, this guy's insane. Moving Dutchman. Oh my goodness. What a move. The confidence on this one. Knight A5 played. He wants knight B3. He's looking to put the finishing touches on this game. Knight takes D4. And if you take that, you get knight B3, but is it enough? This is a very tense game, back and forth. The Endgame Magician down about 30 seconds on the clock. But this could go either way right now. Queen guarding the knight. If the knight moves, you also got this guy hanging. After you take back, we got knight B3. But then after king C2, where's the finish? Where's the finish after king C2 here, guys? I don't see it. I don't see it. Tense position. Queen E7 played, and he wants to come down there with the queen. Queen takes A2. He wants to play queen E4 check. Oh, he missed the idea of queen E4. Oh, Black missed the idea of queen e4. Holy smokes. Queen takes. I mean, you're going to win the rook, but that's not good enough. That's not good enough at all. This knight's going to jump into d5 in the aftermath. Oh, no. No. This isn't good enough. You can't take that. Knight d5. Knight d5. Might be winning on the spot here. Queen g5, f4, but that gets real complicated. That gets real complicated. He decides to take. He's got his own ideas. He takes with the f-pawn. There's a lot going on in this position. 24 seconds for the Endgame Magician. He's up a rook, but it's so temporary. Now the move knight d5. f4 is about to be played. Can he convert this? Can he convert this, guys? Queen takes g2. You may as well take that pawn. Queen f5 played. There's going to be a checkmate in one on the board. If this doesn't work out for moving Dutchman, then there's big problems, but it looks like it should. You got to play king f7. King f7, you got to go. King f7, there's only one move. I guess you can play king f8 too, but he's going down on time. He's got to be going down on time. It's too much, guys. He's going to be going down on time. Who knows what the final valuation of that position was, but what a tense attacking game. Moving Dutchman against the Endgame Magician. What a struggle. Back and forth. I feel like these two guys just swung punches, and the guy who stayed standing at the end finally got the W, and that was moving Dutchman. Moving Dutchman. GG's, guys. That was a fun game. The Europeans come out on top with that one. Next up, we have Journey to NM against moving Dutchman. Here we go. Here we go, guys. EU versus NA is still going strong. Yep, that was a real close game, the Endgame Magician. A fun one, for sure. And we'll see what the moving Dutchman can do with his momentum. 100 bits from the Endgame Magician. Cheers! You did what you could, buddy. You did what you could. Very tight race, yes. EU against NA, always down to the wire. Always down to the wire. So we have Journey to NM against moving Dutchman. North America with the white pieces. The Europeans with the black pieces right now. If we see Queen h5, h3 would be a great move to get ready for g4 because I think that he's really interested in playing bishop h3. I just have a feeling. You know? Oh, not anymore. Maybe d5 here. Should be good. Knight d5 also looks tempting because it hits the queen, but after queen d8, I think black is pretty okay with that. Yeah, I think he's okay with this. Moving Dutchman. Bishop c3. I thought he might play this move. The issue that I saw was knight takes pawn, guys. Knight takes pawn, and you're losing your dark square bishop. You can take here, but then I take with the queen, and if you take back, I play knight takes queen, so you don't have time to throw this move in. So then black plays e6, and it is just lights out there. So you got to probably play knight takes knight, pawn takes, queen takes. Or pawn takes, knight takes, rather. Just beat down a pawn there. This one does not look correct. If king h8, you take back, that's fine. But queen takes e7, that's the good move. Rook takes, and let's do a head count at the end. Up one piece are the Europeans. We got some NA math going on here. Some NA math. 1, 2 is less than 1, 2, 3, sir. I would like to inform you. Hello, Johnny. Your energy is required here because the North Americans are suffering some setbacks here. Knight g5. Okay. Aggressive. I think this move would really put a damper on his spirits, though. I think that move would really hurt. And it's been played. It's been played. After takes, g5 is hanging. Yep, this doesn't look good. Moving Dutchman has got this one seemingly in the bag. Glenny says, geez, my bad, guys. OMG, the pressure. He is feeling the pressure. This was a terrible game. We had a piece hang, now another piece hang. It's almost even a rook hang as well. But he's going to take, and I believe he's probably going to play this. Yeah. I think it pretty much forces this move. That seems very suspicious. But maybe okay? Because this is protected. Wow. Not the move I would have played, guys, but I think knight b6 works out here. I think it works out. Everything's somehow protected. But okay, he is up 2 pieces, so it's not surprising that things might work out in his favor, you know. You know. Rook f5 check doesn't help either because I just take here, and you got to pick one of my pieces to take, and I save the other one. So you can do it, but you're going to be down 2 pieces here. Oh, well, that's a terrible move. Hang on a sec. You could have played knight takes d5. Some chances. Some chances. Bishop e6 is very annoying, though. If I could just throw in this move, then I might be okay. You better play this move. Will he play it or will he be greedy? That is not the right move. h6 just won the rook. Game over. h4 played, though. Now maybe some ideas? I think he's still thinking about h6 here. g4? The rook is trapped, and we've seen this. We've seen a rook get trapped before. And I think it was by NA as well. They've done this before. f3? I don't know. Try to get the rook in. Rook e1. He is not finding the way to trap these pieces, but 20 seconds for NA. He's got to be playing faster. Finally, that rook gets trapped. And he's going to be playing pawn takes, but he's down a full rook here, guys. He's got some speed, but I think moving Dutchman is up to task here. I think he's up to task. Maybe king here. King here looks like a great move. He's trying to get a passed pawn. That's reasonable. He's threatening there. Yeah, and he's going to play this move. And it's going to hit the rook. And the king is hitting this rook. Could be some tricks. 4 seconds, though. And he didn't play it. No, now there's nothing. Oh, if he played rook takes, that would have been the sneakiest mate in history. That was very close. If he played rook takes pawn, that was a very, very close encounter. Wow. Holy smokes. That was close, but the game wasn't. The game was one-sided, but it was a nice trick at the end. Nice try. Could have been epic, but the game was one-sided. Moving Dutchman takes him out. We got Sonny up against moving Dutchman. All right, let's get this game underway. Okay, here we go. Moving Dutchman is staying cool under pressure. And it seems like the North Americans are just flagging. They are just flagging. Hello, Keith Patrick. Moving Clutchman, says Flage. Passing on some good words of encouragement to his teammate there. Moving Clutchman. Will the pressure be too much for the North Americans? As we have to say, guys, the match is completely tied right now, and NA has actually been leading for quite some time. NA has been leading for quite some time because Salty Clown started it off, then Miko. Flage did well, but he only brought it to even. Moving Dutchman has been carrying as well, but we have to say, guys, that NA has been ahead for a while. This could be the first time that we see the Europeans jump ahead, but it's going to have to be a big upset here. This is it, Steve. This is it for today. I don't think I'll have a voice for another one. Position looks very decent. Moving Dutchman. One move you can play here is if you play this move, Bishop F3, you hit the rook, and after rook there, you have Knight C6. You have to deal with some Bishop takes H3 stuff, but could be worth it. Could be worth it. Bishop C5. This bishop's going to hide on B6, protect the pawn. Bishop B7, you know, nice diagonal there. I really like Sonny's position here. Queen D6, maybe just bring the rooks. But White's position is solid as well. You can get B4, Bishop B2, Rook E1, Rook C1. Super easy moves. Both players have reasonable positions here. Queen D6 played with some idea to play Bishop C7, right? How many times have we seen that battery being created? How many times? Yep. And what is H4? The moving Dutchman just can't control himself. He has to attack. And will we see Bishop takes? I think this... Oh, it's very close to lights out here, guys. I see some really good continuations here. Takes, check, king over. Trying to take away that escape square. Oof, there are some big lines here. There are some big lines here for Sonny. It's not quite mate because there's this resourceful G3 at the end, and that covers checkmate. But I think there are some tactics here that Sonny can find. There are some tactics here for the North Americans. You have to find them though, because this king is looking to just jog right out of it. You have to play some sort of move that restricts where the king can go. You can't just let this king stroll all the way over to the queen side. So rook here, covering the square. And then I was thinking pawn up covers queen checkmate. And then you got to find a good move there. I see a good move there. But will the North Americans see a very, very strong move in that position? Tough for NA. I don't know. NA's looking pretty good right now. He's got the king cut off. He's got the queen in there. But there's just no finish. Where's the finish? Knight G4 one time for the one time. Did not happen. Bishop takes G3 played. Bishop D4. And fighting back is the Dutchman. The Dutchman is fighting back here. It's incredible. He's still in this game. I don't know how he's still playing here, guys. But the Dutchman just won't go down. Now after bishop there and queen up, he's defending from the side. Oh my goodness. Wow. Guys, the moving Dutchman is showing the range of the pieces. Rook A2, defending F2. Bishop there. I don't even think we can sack. That doesn't look good enough. Queen back. He's forced him away. It's 39 seconds to 35. Can moving Dutchman pull this off? Can he pull this off, guys? Wow. Bishop takes A7. In the face of danger, he plays bishop takes pawn. Oh my goodness. What balls on this guy right here. The cojones, guys. Bishop there, again, he's going on the full offensive. He had these two bishops watching over. He said, nope, I'll put them out here. I don't need him. Bishop back, that looks correct. Hitting that bishop. Again, you got to get the knight involved if you're black, I think. Oh, he missed his bishop was hanging. Uh-oh. 7 seconds here. I think Sonny, yes, with the pin and these clumsy pieces and the extra bishop there, I think he's finally going down. The moving Dutchman got a little too crazy with those bishops down there. And it's too much, too little, too late. Finally, the Dutchman goes down. Moving Dutchman. Wow. GG from Sonny. So North America has been leading, or we've been tied in this match since we began. Crazy. Crazy to think, guys. But now we move on. We'll see if NA can keep that lead. We got Sonny against Aurora. Get ready. All right. Good luck. And Aurora, if anyone's wondering, is repping Russia and has been talking in Russian in the chat. So a very, very authentic European recruit. They've decided to outsource to Russia, where I think you'll be quick to agree that they have some internet hacking abilities. Some internet hacking abilities and some obvious chess abilities. We got a plant. Yes, well, we have the Russian spies. We have the Russian spies, yes. Putting on a show here. Very solid position for black. Very solid position. Rook c1, rook c8. I mean, black's position looks good. Takes. You always take back. These double pawns don't make a good impression because I feel like this knight on b3 doesn't have anywhere to go. Well, I think it's fair to say NA is going to win this game. Knight d2. Yeah, so black generally, I would say, doesn't want to do this move because the knight finally gets a square. Maybe f4, knight f3. Knight has this square now. Black gets the knight on c5, but okay, sometimes there's b4 to just kick that knight out. And also there's knight b5 to d6. So I think it was better when the black pawn was on c5 and controlling these squares rather than this, because this does look like a nice position for white. Knight b5 I think is a very good move, forcing the rook to take and taking control of the open file. Okay, takes. Aurora has to deal with this move, although queen e8 does hit the knight. Okay, so there is this. I'm not sure if it's the best. This is also an option. Knight d4, just going back. But rook c7 does win a pawn. So it's kind of a choice. Do you want to win a pawn? Do you want to play the position? Yeah, the black knights are not looking good here. Black knights are not looking good, but I think the Europeans can appreciate the time. Mamoon, Russia. I think you guys can appreciate how quickly Aurora is playing. Knight d8. The knights don't look good, but even when the knight doesn't look good, you can still have a good time. And I think everyone knows that. You can still have fun. That's right, Kai. Knight f3, takes is not going to be nice. Finally, those knights activate, though. Hang on a sec. Knight f7, knight g5. Black is rerouting the knights. Rerouting the knights. Suddenly, these knights are actually getting active. Knight h4, trying to play knight to g6. Maybe king h7 covers that. 30 seconds up for the Europeans here. 30 seconds up. Takes. Do you take? No, you take this. Takes. I don't know if g6 is the right move, but g6 is interesting. No, decides to take here. And black is technically up a pawn, but white is coming in with some big time threats. Rook g8 is a fantastic move. Covering that square, hitting the pawn. The knight is actually covering f7, kicking the queen out. This is a tense game. King h2 needs to be played. Guarding that pawn. The knight still isn't in the game, but it will be joining shortly, and it's actually white's knight on h4, which is not participating. We need to see this knight finally join the action. Everybody, Nobody knows what to do with the knights. And a big blunder there from EU. Oh my goodness, that's going to cost them. That's going to cost them, I think. E5. Looking to push these pawns, but I think this may be too little too late. Rook D6. I don't know if you can be greedy and take these pawns. I'm worried about these connected pass pawns. D3. Maybe rook there and start pushing. It's still a little scary here. You got to handle these protected pass pawns. Here comes the king. But rook E5. Rook E5, 24 seconds. Uh-oh. Maybe pawn here? Ooh, pawn here and pawn there is an idea. Ooh, I don't like this. I think that pawn at E3 was dangerous. Rook D5 is a decent move. 40 seconds and 16 for NA, guys. What's going to happen here? King up. Going to take this pawn. You're going to lose this pawn here. And then it comes down to technique. 15 seconds against 32. Oh, but that is a big blunder. Playing a little bit too quickly. And we hope that we won't have any stalemate tragedies here. By the way, that was a pre-move, rook a6. If black had played king g5, I guess the rook was on a5. I was worried about a possible stalemate, but I don't think it would have happened. Yeah, the rook was on a5 there. All right, we'll see the check, and we'll see the king come in here. Yeah, and now we always have this mate, so it's going to shuffle that king over. Yes, there we go. NA technique. NA technique. Aurora. You could have had that flag if you didn't play so quickly. Oh, feels bad, man. With 30 seconds against 15 seconds, I was not sure who was going to win that, honestly. The up and knight, but that's not clear to me. That's not clear to me. All right. Moving on, we do have a lead opening up here for NA, but now comes the heavy hitters for Europe, guys. I think the Europeans are going to be pounding the drums. They're going to be pounding the drums. And they can't wait for the entrance of the big three. Yellow Dragoon, I am Baldrick, and Komodo Dragon. This does not look good for the North Americans, but we got 5 brave soldiers for NA left against 3, the big 3 from Europe. The big entrance, the first up is Yellow Dragoon taking on Sonny here. That'll be the next game. All right, and the game is on. It is a big rating to overcome here. It is a big rating to overcome. We got a FIDE Master from Ireland, 2300. NA has more players, but they are up against the ropes. Talzera, what's up, buddy? We're doing our own EU versus NA. Chessbrah style, knockout style. Highly anticipated. North America are the defending champions here, and the Europeans are looking for a comeback. A comeback story. Yellow Dragoon. Big rating here. Looking to check in. Rook F2 played. Will we see just castling from Sonny? Queen D6, sure, bishop there. Yeah, and White's position is starting to look up here. White's position is starting to look good. Ooh, rook there. I don't like it. Rook there, because now where's that king going? I know you're not castling that way. Why didn't we castle? What the hell was that? Queen there is going to hurt. Queen there is going to hurt. Rook G8 is like, I mean, that's like when you go stand in the corner in the classroom. You just look at the wall. Poor guy. Maybe he thought you moved the rook first to castle. I'm not sure. A5. I think we'll see this move. Maybe right now, maybe later. I'm not sure. But we will see D4 at some point. 30-second time advantage opening up. Ooh, there maybe was an F6 move there to think about. Guys, F6 may have been a big move, but I like what he's doing here. He's trading off. The only issue is that this D file is gonna hurt. The bishop can't move because of the pawn, and just rook there, queen d4, queen e5. It's all gonna hurt. Yeah, we got rook d8 coming, queen e5, queen to f6. The dark squares are gonna hurt here. Rook check, king there. Oh, he goes queen there first. I'm not sure that's the most accurate move, actually. Maybe it is, because b6, queen d8. Actually, b6 is a great move here. Queen d8 takes, king g7 takes, and rook d8, and you win that. But if he had, well, b6 I think he had to play, his rook was hanging. But I was saying if he took the queen, or if he checked, we would play king g7. We would play king g7. But this looks like you got to play bishop d7. You just got to take that. Yeah, he's going to play it. Takes. Rook was hanging there, so it's kind of a forced sequence. But this is what I was saying earlier. When you don't develop that bishop, guys, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. 5 wins in a row for EU. Oh, bishop there. Check. There's no mate here. There's no mate, and we're just taking pawns here as Sonny. Where are the finishing touches? There it is. He's going to play bishop takes e6. Yeah, he has to defend that. But now rook e4, and maybe just bring the king up and attack that. It's not quite so simple because you always have rook e1 after, but... Ooh, rook there is a non-good move. Yeah. Yep, that's going to be it for Sonny. But a big rating mismatch. Sonny, GG. Yellow Dragoon is in chat saying next. Next. He wants another challenger. And NA's got 4 of them. 4 more challengers. First up is Liam Ches. 1969 rated. Liam Ches. Mystic Frost, thanks for the 2 months. Love you, buddy. Appreciate the support. Yellow Dragoon against Liam Ches. It's on. Liam is a speedy player, but we'll see if he can handle Yellow Dragoon in a high octane, high energy Irish attack. Can anyone take this man out? He is on a tear so far. You got to watch out for this move. I would play h3, tuck that bishop away. Yeah, Liam Ches got a good opening here, but Yellow Dragoon is solid. Might play queen or rook to e8, followed by e5. Another big rating split, but, 23-14 in EU's, about 1,600 in NA, so I think it balances out. So even though you get e5 in these positions, if you play e4, the knight goes back, and all of a sudden the bishop's open. So it's not so clear to me in these ones. I don't like this move at all, though. e4 seems very wrong. Usually you want to leave your pawns like that, allow e4, and play knight d2. Now black's position starts to look pretty good. We're going to have moves like this, knight c5, a5. Black's position starts to look up here. This one is to play knight to e6, although I'm not a big fan of it. I think that knight h5 was a strong move. Queen d6 looked okay. I don't agree with pawn takes pawn, though. I think you just play solid there, castle. He's looking to play maybe b4. Bridgeport Mitch, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Bridgeport Mitch, thanks for the Prime from Twitch. Coming up to 1,800 subs. That's what we like to see. Knight c5. So black is going to get it. He's going to establish a knight on e6. Maybe king b2, c5, bishop c4. But it's this move a5 that's going to hurt white's position at some point. Yeah, I guess we always have c5, but, this bishop is probably going to end up on e6 or something. So I think c5, yes. Bishop e6, knight d4 maybe. Maybe move this knight and try for bishop c4. There's a few ideas. a5 is not going to hurt. Okay, we got to play e5 here. Shut that bishop down. Ooh, opening up the position. I'm scared here, guys. I'm scared. This guy is vulnerable here. Look at that bishop on g7. Look at that bishop on g7. That's what we call a beauty. That's what we call a beauty. An Irish beauty. Knight to d5. Not much to do here. Material is going to be lost. Material is going to be lost here, guys. How do you give up material in a good way? I struggle to even find a way to do that. Maybe you start with rook e1 just to see what he's going to do. But you're probably only adding to your slaughter here after queen f6. Maybe rook d4? What do you guys think about rook d4? What do you guys think about that? That's not a bad move. I mean, it's not a good move, but it's not a bad move. Rook d4, we'd have to have seen knight b5 probably from yellow Dragoon. Definitely a move I'd expect him to play, but rook d4 probably needed to happen. Okay, so maybe take here. You know, at least try to hold the position. I think it's dead loss, but technically the material is only in exchange if you just grab that knight here. Ooh, that's mate in 1. I don't think he sees it. Okay, that's not good. Okay, now he heard the stream. That's some EU technique there. Okay, so he does find the mate in 1. Maybe that was like a mate in 2 tactic in the European handbook. He says next. He says take out the trash. He says take out the trash. Next, please. Who is next? Can the Europeans take the lead for the first time in the entire match? They save the best for last, because that's where they intend to take it to NA. They got 3 heavy hitters. Will they even need them all? We'll have to see. Ubitsia is up next against Yellow Dragoon. Ubitsia, you're not online, buddy. Where's Ubitsia? Where's Ubitsia? He's running scared. He saw what happened to the last guys. He's like, oh, okay, well, I'm checking out. I'm checking out. I'll see you guys later. He's online. He's online. He says he's not scared. Here he is. Here he is, guys. NA against the EU. The game is on. We're looking from Ubitsia's perspective. This will be the first time that Europe takes the lead in the match if he's able to pull it off. If White can win this game, the EU can finally take a lead. H6, maybe castles. A strong game played by both players so far. White has intentions on the queen side. NA against EU, guys. It's coming down to the final 3. People have been taking each other out left and right. Bishop d2 played. White's just sort of getting the pieces out. So is Black here. Pretty solid game by both. Isolated pawn position. You like the end games for Black. You like the middle games for White, generally. So it comes down to, you know, can we trade pieces favorably for Ubitsia here? These games are always tricky. Back and forth. But FM from Ireland, can he put a damper on the spirits of NA? Don't forget, North America has got some players coming up next in the rotation as well. Thanks for the bits, Surfintal. Appreciate it. Queen b6. And what's Yellow Dragoon going to do? He's trying to decide. He's got this pawn here he's got to consider dealing with. I don't know if he's thinking about anything on the queen side, so he's going to give up that bishop maybe. You know, rook d8, bishop e8. Still very balanced. An attack is going to happen here for white, but the long term is that black's position is structurally better. Knight a5. I have to say that move looks a little odd because, you know, it just lets things happen with tempo. And I don't feel like the knight should be going to a5, you know? That just feels wrong. It just feels like the knight shouldn't be there. Banana Sleeve, thanks for the 21 months. Knight c5 looks like a decent move. Yeah, knight c5 looks like a good move. Got to deal with this now. Maybe rook d8. Rook d8, bishop a5, and knight b7. So I think bishop e8 is actually maybe a good move here. Queen e4 to threaten mate. Okay, b4, we can consider playing knight c3. I think that I would. Because now bishop b2. And white is happy. Generally. I guess queen e4 he plays first. If f5, let's not forget, that's hanging. Got to play g6 here. Knight f6 was possible. But I'd like to play knight takes c3. I think knight takes c3 should be played, but the thing is the rook takes, and then there's the rover. The rook swings over for the attack. There's knight takes e5 here, knight takes c3. That's what I would do. Take that off the board. Bishop comes out to c6, king g7. You even have bishop takes c5 here as an idea. A lot of moves for black. Bishop b5 as well. I think that black's position is stable here. I think there's a few good moves. He chooses this. I think there were a lot of good moves there. Bishop takes knight, knight takes bishop. He decides on this one. And if queen takes, are we going to see some sack? I don't think it works. There's knight takes c3. Yeah, we're not going to see that knight takes e6 move. Queen e8. Wow, that's not the move I expected. A little bit of a scared move there, queen e8, because actually black was doing well there. Now we see the Europeans starting to pick it up. Knight takes b7. That's a pawn. The knight on d5 is so strong here, though. If you get some position like queen d7, king g7, I think that black can actually still hold this. I think black can still hold this. Is he going to go for knight d6? Take, queen d7, queen e5, there's f6. It's queen d7 here maybe. Trying to take that pawn. All right. It's coming down to it. A very, very strong bishop, but he decides to put it on c5, protect that pawn up. A single pawn here. Neil Leonidas, thanks for 8 months in a row. Glad you like the hat, buddy. chessbrah Bean, also 18 months. And we had the earlier 21 from Banana Sleeve. Cheers, guys. The Irish, yes, to the rescue. Bishop to b4, 29 seconds. This is looking good for EU. This is looking good for EU, guys. Queen to d4. It's coming down to the wire. It is coming down to the wire. Yeah, rook takes. 20 seconds, though. 20 seconds. Down so many pawns. That's the tricky part. That pawn is hanging. You can take here. You can take there, but those are two connected pass pawns. Yep. That's going to guard the pawn. We'll see probably rook there. You can get the queen down. Ooh, queen d3 needed to be played there. Yeah, now you got the escape square. I don't think it's going to work. Queen d3 needed to be played last move. It's still a decent move, but should have been played previous turn. Okay, so if you take there, he's just going to push the pawn. Rook's going to be stuck on a8. Looks like a nice, easy win for EU. Yeah, and he's going to go right in here and win that endgame. No worries. Yep, there it is, guys. There it is, the first lead of the match for the Europeans. The first lead of the match. And finally, we get down to the heavy hitters, guys. It is a 3-on-2 power play. Europe against North America. And we got Chicago Dave up next. Repping for NA. It's the heavy hitters, guys. North America is saying, look, you can beat up on our 1900s, but now the big boys are here to play. Now the big boys are here to play. All right. We're going to get this game underway. Coming up to the final couple matches here. All right. This is NA against EU. Chicago Dave 1968 against Yellow Dragoon. This is a big match. What will the Dragoon do? Queen there, probably knight into d5 looks logical. Whoa, is this theory? Queen c3? Maybe this is theory. Takes here. King there, knight g5. Some Chicago Dave theory, boys. Some theory. Oh! Ooh, the little Euro step. Woohoo! Chicago Dave. Is it enough, though? Is it enough? Queen e1. Oh! Oh! He's flexing on him. He's flexing on him. He's trying to hit him with that theory, with that nightstick. All right, we got to take this. Got to take it, and then castle. What's going on here? All right, castles. What's the evaluation here, guys? I have no idea. I would take that personally, and then probably play queen e3 and try to get the pieces out. 2 pieces against the rook. Seems interesting. Seems interesting, guys. He decides to just play queen there. So I wasn't sure about giving up this pawn. That's why I said maybe I would take first. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of this. I would have taken and then played this. I think that would have been a good position. This is probably not a good position. Black's position looks good now. Taking that pawn, we got a really nice solid pawn structure here. I think Yellow Dragoon's doing well. Yeah, now this is going to start hurting. Look at these pieces. That's why I think we needed to take that. So we get the queen here. Knight out. But this is too much. This is too much. So queen check. Wait a minute. Queen check. Take that bishop. Knight takes. It's getting real dicey. It's getting real dicey here, guys. What's going on here? Ooh, I would have just taken that bishop. You gotta just take the bishop, right? Oh, bishop e3. This was a move to win the piece. Does it work? It must work out. Knight c3. It must work for black. Queen c4 maybe? Takes, knight takes e5 is what I would play. There's also bishop c5. Hang on, guys. There's bishop c5 in the position. Ooh, I don't know about that. Maybe it works still. Takes. And there's bishop c5 again. There's also knight c2. Tactics everywhere here, guys. This is not looking good for NA. No, there we go. Finally, this is just good for black. Knight c2. It's all clear. It's all clear. 3 pieces is not going to cut it. 3 pieces is not going to cut it, guys. This is very sketchy. But I think that white had a lot of ways to win that. I can't vouch for the tactics by both of these players there. Knight there. Knight e5, sure. Maybe he blunders. Maybe he blunders. He's probably going to just let white take the rook. At least that's what you should do. Got this knight in here that is trapped for the moment. Is trapped for the moment. You know, it can only go down, but I think that's a great move there. That's the move I would play. You know, when you've got a position like this, you can give up the exchange, right? You can give up the exchange. That's a good move too. Rook d8. Rook d8. Yeah, this is looking all but over here for the North Americans. All but over. Knight c3, and I mean, black's up so much material here. He'll probably go knight c6. No, not even knight c6. Knight here. c5. Knight g5, but no, I don't see him holding this position. Rook e8. Rook e8, knight d6. Okay, he's going to blunder knight d6. That's helpful. But it's not going to save us completely. But it is helpful, guys. Knight c4, some chances. Some chances. 40 seconds, you know. We're in this. There's something here. There's something. Yeah, at least we're playing the game. Black is still winning. Don't get me wrong, guys. Still winning, but some conversion errors here. Yeah, 94. I like it. I like it. You know, just trying to get something going. Oh, no, not knight there. If you played knight f7, he would have played king e4, I'm sure of it, and blundered knight d6 check. Oh, no. I'm sure he would have blundered that. Oh, he blundered. Oh, my goodness. What a huge blunder. What a massive blunder. He's going to use this knight to give up for the pawn, but knight e4, and then take the pawn and knight g7, and an absolutely huge blunder from Europe. And we just have two connected pass pawns. Oh my goodness. One of the biggest blunders we've ever seen. He had the game in the bag. He was up a full rook. And it looks like NA has taken out the trash. North America with a comeback of epic proportions here. And now the crowd's getting loud. Now the NA speak up. But you have to remember, guys, Yellow Dragoon was only the tip of the iceberg. We got some more Irish. We even got I Am Baldrick in there. We got some dangerous people from EU. This is going down to the wire, guys. It is now 2v2. Chicago Dave did not stop fighting and brought it home for NA in that game. So we got next, Chicago Dave taking on I Am Baldrick. All right, guys. I Am Baldrick, Chicago Dave. This is the game here. I Am Baldrick repping the Nederlands. Yes. Repping the Netherlands, guys. The Endgame Magician. Chicago Dave takes out the Irish. Chi-Town style. 100 bits. Thank you, buddy. Remember, we got the Super Saiyan playing anchor for NA, as well as Komodo Dragoon for Europe. Make sure you guys are ready and standing by for the next game, potentially. Wow. What a blunder, guys. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. We are coming to the close, the final games of this EU-NA match. Bishop g5 played, and this is going to be a tense one. We got the isolated pawn position, but as we know, I've mentioned this before, knight e4 is going to be played for sure, then probably bishop back to e7. As we know about isolated pawn positions, you get aggressive play from one side, but structurally sound from the other. So black is going to be looking to put his pieces, enjoy the extra space from this pawn, but white is going to be looking to maybe take this pawn out. Is he looking at other moves? No, he plays knight e4. Of course, knight e4 is the best move. He takes everything there. I'm not sure I can agree with that. Probably castle here from Chicago Dave. You take that, I can take with the pawn or the queen. Yeah, he's not scared. He's not scared. Maybe he should be. I'm not sure. Taking here liquidates everything. Bishop c6, queen d4, queen c2 is just a draw. Just a draw. Queen d2. All right, guys. The rook's probably going to come to d8, maybe g6, h5 by black, h4 by white. I can see a3 being played. A lot of these typical type of moves. Black may also consider knight e5 soon. He goes h6. Now, I personally prefer g6 because that's a light square bishop. I don't like having an escape square on a light square with a light square bishop. There you go. In fact, he just plays there. I don't think that's a good move, though. Bishop g4 looks right. There you go. Good move by Chicago Dave. f3, not the move you want to play. Bring that bishop all the way back. You have no problem there. I don't like this bishop out in the open, and I think white is exposing his king. Still very, very balanced, though. Very balanced. That knight is doing a great job controlling the pawn. I think that black is slightly better here. Very close, though, guys. Still completely anyone's game. Anyone's game. Bishop f5. What are we seeing, though, guys? A bit of... oh, my goodness. Look how slow he's playing. Looks like there's some brain lag there. Yeah, keep thinking, EU. Queen back to f6. I would not trade those queens. I think that if you trade queens, it makes his position easier to play. Queen g5 or queen f6. Actually, even queen a5. Hits the rook and hits the pawn. Maybe queen a5 is a good move here. He goes with queen g5. Chicago Dave is doing it for Chi-Town. Again, I would play moves like g6, h5. He goes knight here, hitting the pawn. Queen f1 defends. King g2 by white needs to happen next. Hitting that pawn there. And if rook d2, we might see the first blunder of the game. There's also g5 coming. g5, guys, and knight takes f3. Will we see g5? Will we see g5? Oh, that's his plan. He gets that queen out of the way. The little Euro step. He's doing it to him again. Knight takes f3. That's a pawn for you. And then I think g4 maybe to secure it. There we go. He's up time, but the time advantage has shrunk a little bit. Has shrunk a little bit, guys. Knight f4. And where does this queen need to be? It needs to be on this diagonal. That's going to be game over. Absolutely lights out for EU. If that queen ever makes it on this diagonal, you can say goodbye to that position. Maybe h5. Yep. He's not having any of it. Ooh. If that queen makes it here, it's also game over. Oh, queen takes. He's going to play queen there? No. This has got to be over here. Get a rook over like this. I don't think knight e1 needs to be played. I don't think it needs to be played. King f1 here. Queen h1. There's queen g1. Probably knight back. Knight back. Oh, this is greedy. Knight takes c2 is greedy. Guys, chances for EU. The counterattack. Knight takes c2 is so greedy. So greedy. Knight there. You're going to take that. Although I have to say, black's chances are looking fine now. Knight e3, threatening mate. And you can check, but, you know, that's about it. He guards that, but there's going to be this check to deal with. If you have king h2, there's knight f1. Knight f1. Yes, he plays knight f1. He's going to take that. There's going to be queen g5 to take it back, but black's going to have the extra 2 pawns in the endgame. Queen e4 check. This is Chicago Dave's game. EU is going down. Tactics were flying in that position. As long as no big blunders here. King d7. This should be NA's game. Check and d2. And run that king away. No blunders. We should be good. Get the king somewhere safe. Once these checks run out. Ooh, probably not the best move, but he takes here. This is good as well. This is good as well. 24 seconds to 11. EU is fighting so hard here, but it seems like NA's got it covered. NA's got it covered. He tries the last tricky move. The EU dirt. The absolute filth from the Europeans. The only thing dirtier than that move was the teeth that I've seen over there in the EU. Oh my goodness. Queen d3, the last ditch effort. They tried. We got to give them credit. They tried. They tried. But it's not good enough. Chicago Dave. Chicago Dave for NA puts a lot of pressure on Komodo Dragoon in the EU. The anchor for the Europeans. It's a 2-on-1. The anchor for the Europeans. Can he do it? Komodo Dragoon. It's all come down to him. As the Europeans were talking big, but some of their heavy hitters have been taken out by some North Americans with heart. Playing with heart. Haterall, thank you for the sub. The 2 months. We have some bits from the Endgame Magician. It's all come down to this. If Europe loses this next game, it is all over. NA takes the win. If Europe wins, there's still one more game. So it's all down to this for the Europeans. Komodo Dragoon against Chicago Dave. Let's get it on. All right, guys. We're going to be looking from the perspective of Komodo Dragoon here. He is fighting for the life of the Europeans right now. He is fighting for his life here. He's putting the entire region on his back. The Europeans better be rallying behind him because he needs to win this one. He's been known to be clutch. He has been known to be clutch. Knight f4. Already a good position for black. Already good for the Europeans. A great start here. Komodo has been known to be very, very clutch for the Europeans in the past. Can he do it once again? Knight takes. Already looking good here. f6. Takes, and he's looking to get that pawn center going. This is not Astane, this is Amadan. This is Amadan 2013 in the chat. Queen f6 played. He's putting pressure here. He's also saying, hey, I got no fear with this bishop there. I'm not scared at all. Queen takes. We're going to see knight e7 and takes here. Are we going to take that or not? Just knight c3? Probably knight c3. Hang on. Does that queen get trapped in there, boys? We might see some tactics here with the rook hanging, but I feel a little scared of my back rank here if I'm Komodo because my pieces are not developed. Bishop takes king g2. Yeah, so he's going to do this. And if takes there and there's no rook f1 and king out bishop takes. But I'm scared of my last rank here. He's trying to trap the queen. Guys, this is real tense right now. c2 is hanging as well. Tactics look like they might be working out for black here. King h1. And if you take here on c2, guys, there's checkmate on f8. There's checkmate on f8. That's what I was saying. I was real scared of that. Oh, man. This is going to be real tense here. Oh, my goodness. It's 2 minutes apiece. Black is playing for his life here. EU needs him to win. Bishop d7, covering the last rank. There are so many tactics in this position. If takes, we're probably going to see queen takes here. But then rook back to f1. Queen a3. The queen is somehow getting out. It's incredible. Queen takes c2 is also the next move. Maybe rook takes, queen back, queen b2, or queen a3, followed by rook f4, with the rook swinging over to h4. There's so many ideas in this position. Bishop d7, nice and calm. He goes rook c1. He wants to trap that queen, but honestly, I'm not sure if I believe it. I think this might be the wrong move here, guys. Rook f8, and do I really believe that that queen's getting trapped? I don't see it. Rook a2 is not possible. Rook b1 is not possible. Rook b1, queen takes a3. And knight a4 or knight d1, not only do those moves probably not work, but the queen gets back out. Knight d1, I think, is what he's trying to play. Rook a2 does not work. Rook a2 does not work. And if you played it last turn, there was rook takes f1. He's trying to trap this. Knight d1 looks maybe like it's the move here. Rook a2 hangs the rook. Rook b1, there's queen a3. Just not seeing anything. Yeah, so queen back to f6. And the problem is if you take, your knight's still trapped in there. And I think Chicago Dave is on his last breath here because black's position starts to look very strong after queen here. Takes, and then rook f1. Hang on, am I speaking too soon? Rook f1, queen d4. The knight is trapped, but hang on. You can't take it because of checkmate. There are some ideas here. There are some ideas here, guys. Chicago Dave, knight d1. Salty Clown. That's why I was saying I wanted to play rook e1, rook f4 to try to do queen h7 and rook h4 mate. Rook f1 here. Gotta be rook f1. Great move. And after queen d4, this is where I stopped calculating. Who knows what's happening after that? Two bishops are very, very strong for black. Can we get this knight out, though? That is the question. Because after takes, the bishop's coming back to f6, guys, and that knight is gone for the world. He wants queen f8 mate. That is such a tricky move. Queen f6 played. If takes, rook takes. There's bishop d4 in the position. There's rook takes e7 in the position. Queen f6 is a fantastic move from Chicago Dave here. Or sorry, from Komodo. Yeah, queen takes e7. Chicago Dave is in trouble. Bishop c6 is coming. Komodo is playing very, very well. Such a sharp position. Pawns are going up the board. You can't take that because of bishop c6. This is looking better and better. You almost got to play h4 to get your king off this line. Bishop c6. We're going to see b5. Probably that's his only trick. b5. No, he goes here, and then on this move, he's going to go there, but then there's going to be d3. Ooh, I would have played d3 before taking, so there's no king f1. That doesn't feel like the most accurate move, but it is completely winning. Bishop e4. King e2. Stop bishop e3. You gotta play king e2. Good move. Bishop g6. Probably rook d7 now. The rook goes back. It's come down to 20 seconds apiece, but this is so much easier to play with black. I think he's done for. Bishop is going to come to a3. Hit that rook. And it's very, very hard to do anything here if you're Chicago Dave. Take. Maybe rook d1. He's going to try to kick that bishop off. Yes, king e3. He's trying. He's very quick. Amadon has to be careful here. Oh, but he blunders. Rook d1, and that's going to be mate. Guys, Amadon's going to finish this one off for EU. He finishes. Checkmate. Checkmate. If Chicago Dave didn't pre-move that, very risky pre-move, maybe he had a chance on the flag there. But under pressure, Komodo Dragoon comes up with the win. And it all comes down to Super Saiyan, but I think the NA crowd is going to be hailing the play of Chicago Dave 1968. Especially winning down a full rook against a FIDE master earlier. Chicago Dave really put NA in a position to win this match. And Komodo Dragoon is trying to put EU in a position to win this match for them. It is going to be the final match. All the way down to the final two anchors for NA and EU. We got the Super Saiyan for North America and Komodo Dragoon for Europe. It just doesn't get closer than this, guys. The final round. The final round. You gotta show your support for this, guys. It better be loud in the chat because pressure is on for these two players. Let's get it on. The Super Saiyan against Komodo Dragoon. And we have quick play out of the gate. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Knight e7. Bishop d3. We already saw this opening. Komodo Dragoon just played against this as black. They're almost repeating the same line. Knight g6, you can bet he's not going to play queen e2 because that's what happened to Chicago Dave. I think that knight g6 should have been played before castling because now knight g6, there's rook e1. Much different. Much different. Some of the Europeans here, yes, are just learning that Mexico is in fact part of North America. Viva Mexico! We are relying on the Super Saiyan. EU geography, that's right. Knight f4 played. c5, blunting that bishop and saying, look, you can take this bishop. I'm going to play bishop c7 after. If I was black, I would say, all right, knight takes, and then bishop there. And then follow with e5. But instead, we're going to get this very weird position where white has a fantastic bishop, but black is trying to get the center going. Bishop c2 to b3 probably. But black's going to play d4, tuck the king on h8, maybe rook g8. We're going to see some big attack here. This is looking scary for Komodo Dragoon. Unless he can kick the pieces out safely, this could be a very big pawn center, and d4 coming. This is anyone's game. This is anyone's game. d4, the knight's probably going to reroute to g3 or to d6. Bishop's going here. Knight b5. He wants to take that bishop, but I don't think the Super Saiyan cares too much about that. He wants to use this bishop, tuck his king away, get off that nasty diagonal, and play rook g8, and some big pressure coming here. Big pressure on the g-file, guys. That bishop's coming. The rook's swinging over. The Super Saiyan is looking to put on for NA here. g3 played. Some weaknesses around the white king, but I think g3 was a move that had to be played. He just had to try to kick this knight out. It was so hard to deal with the threats on g2. All right, rook g8. You can't take the knight, of course, because of the pin. If you play king h1, maybe move like bishop h3. Bishop g4 is also a nasty pin to deal with. And again, if you take here, queen takes, that queen can suddenly slide on over to g7. Scary position. If I'm white, I'm also thinking about ideas like sacking. He does. He sacrifices, guys. I thought he might consider this. Some pressure with the bishops on that king in the corner. Now, I don't know if it's good or not, but this looks like a real try. And Komodo Dragon is not afraid with the entire match on the line. He is not afraid to sacrifice. I don't even know if you need to take this. Maybe you just keep building up the pressure here. What a move by Komodo. Knight h3 played. King g2. Is he going to play knight back? Knight check? Does he have any moves here? Maybe bishop g4. He's going to take it. Knight takes. And do we have what? A queen d5 move? No, there's bishop e4 in that position. The pieces are all opening up here. But where are the threats? Where are the threats? Queen d5 is met by knight. Knight e5 looks like a great move. Trying to get in the way of this bishop here and not trading and facilitating the bishop's open diagonal. Knight back to b5. I think you got to get this bishop out. Got to get this bishop out somewhere. Bishop g4 looks like a tremendous move here. We might have to be careful after bishop g4. Maybe bishop g4. Queen takes queen, though. And you got to take with the bishop. And then e5 starts to hang. Hang on, guys. This is super complicated. Bishop g4 is not as easy as it seems. 400 bits from the Endgame Magician. This is a tense position. Time advantage now, shifting to EU. A piece up for NA, but those bishops look beautiful. Those are some of the best pieces I've ever seen. Bishop g4 played. He's going to take now. You can throw in an in-between move, knight f3. In-between move, knight f3 check. And if the king goes over, maybe bishop h3 for one of the biggest results of the century. No. He's got to watch out for this tactic as well. This is so tense. King to h1. You got to take back and not get mated. Maybe bishop takes. Holy smokes. Everyone's almost getting mated here, guys. Everyone is almost getting mated. He takes with the bishop. He covers it. The knight is hanging, but there's bishop h3 as well. What's the material now? After this, bishop h3, white's got to be very, very careful. Rook d1. What do you do after bishop h3? You can take here, but that's checkmate on the board. Oh my goodness, he's walked into mate. He's got to play rook g1. It's the only move here. 33 seconds and 30 for NA. NA is trying to put him in a box here with bishop g2 checkmate. There's no time for rook takes d8. He's got to play rook e1, and he's played it. You got to take that. You got knight e2. You got to watch out for this as well. Holy smokes, he's up an entire rook here, but he's got to play faster. 22 seconds left. What's Komodo going to do? He's going to take that. He plays bishop g4, a nasty move. He's going to play bishop f3, and then we got king h2. 17 seconds here for Europe. 17 seconds after bishop. There's going to be king h2, maybe knight g5. Maybe try to get that rook over. You got to play fast here. No matter what. Oh, that is a nasty move. That is a nasty move. He's playing so well. Oh, he doesn't take the free knight. He doesn't take the free knight. Knight g4 is coming next. 12 seconds. Guys, you just got to play quickly. Holy smokes, you got to play so fast. These guys are the slowest players I've ever seen. King going to f4. Speed up. Oh, he blunders the maiden one. He doesn't play the maiden one. Oh my god. What am I looking at? This is insane.
What is going on?
Oh my goodness. He doesn't play checkmate in one. And that cost him. EU had checkmate in one and he didn't play it. Oh my goodness. Checkmate in one and it didn't play. Oh my god. Oh my god. Was it check? Was it check? Oh. Guys, I don't even know what the position was. I don't even know what the position was. If it was checked, then Super Saiyan was clean the whole way. We have to go to the video review. We gotta go to the video review. We gotta go upstairs. We gotta go upstairs to Toronto. What are they saying in the box? Oh my goodness. EU, whether it was check or not, is out. EU is out. It's North America, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
North America.
Oh my god.
North America takes out the trash. Where are the NA supporters in chat? Where are the NA supporters in chat? The Super Saiyan takes out Komodo in a super intense final match. Oh my goodness. Where are the EU supporters now? Not so talkative. The Super Saiyan legend. The Super Saiyan legend.
Super Saiyan, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even have to play. Super Saiyan all the way, baby. NA all the way, baby. Woo!
You just resuscitated Omid Malik. Big O was brought back from the dead from the great play from the Super Saiyan. Omid was resuscitated. He was revived. He came to life to cheer on the Super Saiyan and bring it home for NA. 8 months from Luminescent. NA, NA, NA. Viva Mexico, NA the bestico.
And the best he got, that's great.
Viva Mexico, NA the bestico. Beautiful. Beautiful. The Super Saiyan. Congratulations, buddy. Oh my goodness. We will go to the video review just to show that it was probably indeed check. Oh, king there was played. So yes, bishop c7 was check.
Yeah, he ain't missing that. Yeah.
Bishop c7 was check. And then every other move was check. Check, 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 and take the rook. The video review is confirmed. It was in fact check. NA was not about to lose that game. This is why we don't need a wall. We need guys like the Super Saiyan ready to hold it down for NA.
Mexican warrior.
Yeah, you got a couple 2200s in there. Yeah, you guys didn't need me.
EU fielded 3 players. EU fielded 3 players that were almost higher rated than every single NA player, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough. A massive choke from the Irish.
They're not sending their best, Aman.
They tried. They tried. The Irish with some massive chokes. Up a rook from Yellow Dragoon earlier. Oh my goodness. He'll never live it down. And Komodo had all the pressure on him. It's tough to win 2 games in a row against when all that pressure's on. What a match, guys. What a match. Salty Clown was clutch early on. Absolutely. He was. Salty Clown was a hero. We had Flage for the EU squad, as well as moving Dutchman. Those guys put on a show to really bring it back. We were good early on. Salty Clown and Miko took people out. But Flage moving Dutchman, Yellow Dragoon even took people out. Chicago Dave was killing it for North America, and he just passed the alley-oop to the Super Saiyan to finish it off. The alley-oop to Super Saiyan. That means that NA is not just the reigning champion. They're the defending champions, and they're the 2-peat champions. We won the last match as well. This was the rematch. This was the revenge, but there was no revenge to be had. Only a rematch. And it went in NA's favor.
That's the Paul Heyman stuff. The reigning.
Once again.
Defending.
Once again.
Undisputed champion. Oh, did we just have a comment that said EU will be back? Back when? 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 RIP to EU.
Yeah, RIP to EU. I think they're on their back. That's what they meant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're on their back.
They're on their back.
Yeah. EU is like a bunch of upside down centipedes right now. No idea how to use their limbs.
No, we need that upside down centipede emote in the chat, man.
Are we doing this again next Saturday?
Oh my
No.
God.
No, we're not doing this again next Saturday.
we're
By
not.
next Saturday, I will be traveling to Reykjavik. I will be traveling to Reykjavik. And I will be seeing some of the EU players there. And I will be chanting Viva Mexico, NA the Bestico. I will be doing some parades on the Reykjavik streets to celebrate our win. I will be celebrating in Reykjavik. That's where I will be. Oh my goodness, guys, North America champions again. North American champions again. Super Saiyan brought it home. The adrenaline is high. The adrenaline is high in the chat. The EU supporters are very, very quiet. Now, where did they go?
Oh, my. Oh my gosh.